Eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we'll die. What is up? Welcome to another Taco Tuesday here on Hex Futures. I've got my tacos. I just came back from the taco shop. I didn't want to be any later than I already am because I believe I'm 3 or 4 minutes late. Hopefully, we'll get some guys from meetup.com headed on over here. On meetup.com, I am the organizer of a group called Texan Crypto. And there at that group, it doesn't cost anything to have a membership on or username on meetup.com, but it does cost you something to be an organizer. I'm paying something like $72 a year, I believe, to be a organizer. And over there, I have like a reoccurring thing at 6 o'clock Central on Tuesdays. It forwards people over to the YouTube channel, Hex Futures, and hopefully people will navigate over to the YouTube channel and then into the chat. So if you are watching and you would like to join me, here is the link to join. And I'm going to change my shirt because I've got some, I guess, coffee heated up my heart. And I've got some awesome sweaty pits right now. Not to scare you. And so I'm going to change my shirt and then get to talking and eating. And maybe we'll go dive on Omegle, which I have been doing lately. I was just doing a stream that lasted about an hour and 20 minutes. I ran into quite a few people. What's happening in Texas? Gosh, there's all kinds of political stuff that's happening in Texas as we're experiencing this drought in the summer of 2022. But if you didn't know about it, there's a Texas nationalist movement going on right now. They've been going on for a while, but you can find them on Twitter and other social medias. There's freedom cell groups that are all over the place, regionally around the United States, around the world, really. I advise you look into what a freedom cell is and all the different ones around the world, because when it is that you're a sane person and the world is insane, the world will tell you that you're insane, and truthfully, you're sane. So it's important for us to have our avenues to like minds, because without it, you just sit there inside of your echo chamber, and you might go crazy. But with a little bit of going mad, you might find yourself. So good luck out there. Just don't harm yourself. I've got plenty of things that you can do instead of harming yourself. So contact me. But if I give you something to do, don't fucking come back to me until you've done it. All right. So let's think about, what do I need to do next? I'm here on meetup.com. I'll tell you as I'm changing. I'm here on meetup.com because a bunch of you people came into cryptocurrencies at the time that NFTs were created, and you thought that you could just pass on the bill to the next guy. You thought that you could scam people out of their money with these NFTs. So your advice in the Austin area, your fucking advice was to get on a whitelist, get an NFT early, and then sign up or sign up for further advice, or just keep your attention on a certain person on when to sell that to the next guy. And the issue is that NFTs were insanely speculative. And they were speculative, and people didn't know how to derive their specific value. And it ended up being just a fad. And now we have a huge market dip with traditional finance and cryptocurrencies. And the people who didn't sell at the top, the people who never have experienced crypto before, weren't thinking, oh, I'm going to get out of this real fast. And they were left with bags that were shrinking. And they kept asking themselves, should I sell? Should I sell? And they never sold. So all of those wallets left behind, all of you fucks in Austin who were into NFTs and created organizer groups to then wreck the people who joined those groups. And those groups are larger than my group. And I'm not pissed off because of that. I'm pissed off because no one's got a fucking brain. If I tell you the truth, that ain't as cool as entertainment. You just want to be entertained. I'm trying to hold back my curse words, but I never told you this was family friendly. All right, so let's see these tacos. Let's see these tacos. Let's see these tacos. Looking pretty good. Yeah, buddy. So y'all are welcome to come to Taco Tuesday with me. You don't even need to tell me that you're coming. You can just show up. And what's cool about this is we can drink on stream. We can smoke on stream. We can eat on stream. Like, everything's available. Just do it. Can I get somebody in the chat to ask me a question? I was about to make my butt cheeks say, "Ask me a question." That's a Jim Carrey thing, right? All right, these guys at the taco shop, they got my order right. I wanted a salsa of each color for every taco. So that means I got six salsas in here. They all have the caps on them this time. One of them didn't last time. Got all over the bag. And the bag nearly fell out. What's that from? Redemption. What was it? Shawshank Redemption. Man. Now that had to have been a programming movie. Shawshank Redemption. So for right now, this is my Hex memorabilia. I can tell people about Hex. I don't know if I'm going to do any more streaming after this for tonight. Depends on if a friend gets me involved or if I feel like using more of my time. I need to do some clipping of all the Omegle dives that I've been doing lately. Hopefully, yeah. I was about to say, hopefully this mic isn't muted because I haven't been hearing myself. Hey, if you're a Hexican and you want some streaming equipment, let me know. I bought extras whenever I started, and I'm slower than I thought I would be using them. So it wouldn't break my bank whatsoever to send you some streaming equipment. But I also am going to analyze whether you're a doer or a taker, because I don't fuck with takers anymore. I have fuck you money, which means I judge people for their progress. You know, you don't have to have things perfect. You just need to get going. You just need to get started. This is a Netherlands jersey because I loved the way that the Netherlands played in the World Cup in the 70s. Total football team, using everybody on the team, everybody on the field. Hey, if it makes the you can get so many more angles if you're not just trying to bump it up to your forwards and expecting your forwards to make a play, right? But if you're a bunch of stupid, like, short people trying to cross it into the middle, then I just laugh at you. Especially if you're, like, playing a taller team. If you're Japan playing Australia. However, I saw the exact opposite the last time I watched the World Cup. Australia couldn't score a goal on Japan. They just kept on crossing it into the center, crossing it into the center. Crossing it means like where you've got your wing guy, the guy up against the sideline who like runs up the sideline dribbling the ball and then crosses it over into the center and trying to get a volley off of their head or their foot into the goal. I'm such a badass to where the last time that I crossed the ball, it just went ahead and went into the goal. But my teammate was such a badass that he just went ahead and made sure that it went in the goal. So he just chested it. He didn't even take any chances of hitting it the wrong way. Imagine how good of a boom off you could get. Because the head, you know, it could go anywhere. You could close your eyes and lose where the ball is. And all right, so I should have been a soccer coach. I should have been all sorts of coaches, and now I'm a crypto coach, it looks like. But I don't take any money. You can't give me money. I'm not giving you a donation address. Instead, I'm going to teach you, and I'm going to tell you who else can teach you. RichardHart.com can teach you. Hex.com/links. All of those people can teach you. You can teach yourself. Let's incorporate. Let's just get another screen going. Let's go to Omegle and let's just have some fun while I'm eating some tacos. And then let's call it quits if nobody else joins. So I'll share my screen. Entire screen. Yeah. Share the audio off that entire screen. Yeah. Sometimes I make the mistake of not sharing the audio. Okay, this is what I'm looking at. And up at the top it says Omegle, right? Talk to strangers. 48,000 people plus are online. However, they're going to continue to bring me back to the same people. Oh, you have to have your parents' permission, 13 up, but 18 and up if you're signing off for yourself. Hilarious. So Omegle makes it to where you don't have to download anything. You just have to visit the browser. And then you've got a camera like on your phone or on your computer, and it's automatically going to link up to it. So Hexicans, get your ass on Omegle. Go and be creative about these search term or these tags that you're offering for common interest. What dollar markets mature? How do you spell that? I couldn't spell amateur the other day, but mature, that's how you spell mature. Just for the hell of it, let's just say tits. Books, reading, YouTube, Nigeria, because that's a place that I wanted to see if Europe, Africa, South Africa. I wonder how many. Oops. Wonder how many terms they'll allow me to have. I'm gonna do South Africa. Crypto. Let's see. Cell phone. Finance. Art. Food. Anybody want to follow up and drop a comment about what it is that you think that I should get into? LR7 right here in the middle means Land Riders 7th, who is a person that I ran into the other day that's a Twitch streamer. So they were doing almost similarly of what I'm doing, like go live and show other people the conversations. However, I'm out here in front, and that person was masking their voice and using an avatar. But it was cool because that person connected me with people that I would have normally not been connected with. What else? What else? What else? Already did Texas, right? Let's just say cowboy. Oh, tacos, of course. Beach. Love the beach. Architecture, because I am an architect. Boats. Ocean. Fish. I like all these things. Clouds. Definitely clouds. Weather. Isn't it funny where weather derives from weather and weather? Let's just put X. That's what I'm trying to point people towards. Responsible crypto, where people are gaining instead of losing. I have no referral link. Go to hex.com/links to find all sorts of information, but I have no referral link. You cannot pay me if you wanted to. Let's do Florida. Let's do Carolina. I don't want to talk to people about cars, airplanes. Omegle, chat, video. Just put sex in there for the hell of it. Model for the hell of it. Oh, Playboy for the hell of it. Sugar daddy. Let's do that. Is that one word? If I misspelled that, please put it in the comments below. All right. What else could I put? Soccer, because I was talking about soccer earlier. World, if there was one. Matrix. Fuck yeah. That's a good one. Matrix, freedom. Not computers. I was going to say computers for a second. Well, no, I'm spotted there. I've got VR in real life. It seems as though college, USA, America, it's really like college has been the biggest thing so far. Let's say young, just in general, because they wouldn't know to say youth. Tokens, coins, shopping. Yeah, maybe I should just put shopping, and I just get only females that spend their daddy's credit card. That's a pretty good idea. You guys help me figure out how to pinpoint some people. All right. If I get too many colleges, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to delete college from there. Candy. Oh, that's kind of sick. Oops. I misspelt it because it wasn't meant to be. Candy. I'm forcing it. Boom. Do. Should I put Disney? No, I'm not going to put Disney. All right. Let's go to the next one. Can you see it? Yeah, you can see it. All right. Minimize myself. What is happening? You got Bitcoin? Hey, you got Bitcoin? You got Bitcoin?
No.
Well, shit. Have you ever thought about it?
Okay, so why come at me?
Bye-bye. What's up? Okay, the rules are if it's shaking camera, if it's not showing the face, if it's multiple guys or girls, if it's a guy's chest, if they're laying down, all of those things, if they're not showing their face, all of those things are, I'm not going to stay around. I might have an inside joke with a few of these people that I've seen before. What's happening?
Hey.
What are you into? What are you into? What do you like? What are you doing on here? What's up, man?
What's up, dude?
You got a cool setup.
I don't. Do you look at my headphones? Look at them.
I'm looking at that awesome chair you're in.
Yeah, it's kind of cool, but yeah, your chair is way better.
I have to put a pillow back here for some back support. My chair has such bad support. Hey, I'm on here telling people about cryptocurrencies. Have you bought any yet?
No, I don't have the capacity.
Because you're in India.
I am in India.
Okay. Yeah, because I hear that it's illegal over there. And the government's kind of making it hard.
Yeah, it is, and you kind of get they get your IP and they just swear your house. That's what I heard from a few people.
Jeez, I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah. There's a guy named Richard Hart who's cleaning up crypto. He's an influence of mine. If you ever figure out how to VPN around that or, maneuver around that, check out what this guy's doing for the world. He's giving people hope.
All right.
Cool.
I will check out.
All right. Peace, man. I thought you were singing that. If I die young, bury me inside. This is Rihanna, isn't it? Do you talk to people or do you just talk to me? Hey, 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 hey. Golly. Staying alive. I was just ending it. Whoa, what was that? What are y'all on here doing? How many of you are there? That's just a recording. What's up, man? He reminds me of myself. You don't remind me of myself. If you're laying on your back, I'm gonna skip you. If you're only showing your chest, I'm gonna skip you. If you are a single male and you're with your other friends, I'm gonna fucking skip you.
I'm not gonna lie.
What's happening? What's happening?
Who are you?
Are you Irish?
No, I'm from England.
Sweet. So
Are
are
you
my
like a YouTuber or
so are my
something?
ancestors.
Your ancestors.
Hmm.
Nice.
We changed our hair color and our eye color on the way.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
Yeah, I'm
Right,
a YouTuber.
nice talking. Bye.
Later. You got any Bitcoin?
Yeah. What?
I'm telling people about crypto if they hadn't already gotten into it.
You're advertising on Omegle.
I'm catfishing on Omegle. Yeah.
No, you're advertising.
Yeah, sure.
What did you just call me?
I'm catfishing.
How are you catfishing?
I don't know. Your term for catfishing is my term for going into pools of people that are unsuspecting or whatever.
Like,
Do y'all have any success on this, or is this just like a waste of time for you?
Is this a waste of time for you? It's a question.
All right, Max.
Yeah.
No, actually, I have a really good turnover rate of reaching new people.
All right. Well, tell me about your business.
Well, it's a product that's on the Ethereum blockchain that allows you to grow your crypto. See, little faggots like that. Little fucking faggots like that. What's up? You got Bitcoin? Are those magazines that you're just holding on to? Is there any purpose of that drawer full of material that I can see? The shelf full of material over there. I hate looking at your ceiling. I hate looking at your curtains. Show me something. And not a penis.
Okay. I was going to say if you can rate something, but I guess you can't. So, well,
Well, I see the high. Great.
so when you come on here, do you find that there are a lot of stimulating people, or what do you find?
I find that everybody has college in their tag, and it's probably because it was suggested to them by the app, I guess.
Mm,
I'm trying to reach people who are interested in cryptocurrency, just to have a conversation with them about like the maturity of the market.
and you don't use other keywords to find that? Probably not on here, right?
I do a shit ton of keywords, and
Um,
hardly any of them pop up. It's like USA, America, college. Those keywords pop up, but that's it.
So you never you don't check currency or even real estate or no?
Currency and real estate and invest. I haven't thought of those. Thank you.
Well, yeah, because the whole thing is, right now, right, that they're trying to, through Meta, create the opportunity for crypto. So you can almost through NTFs, you can buy into real estate that oddly enough doesn't quite exist yet. But that's actually speculations happening, I think, more in Miami right now, but it's all through crypto as well. So I don't know if you would ever go into that, but
I would talk people out of it because it doesn't exist right now, right?
yeah. Well, then what are your thoughts with crypto? Because right now, I mean, obviously things are not as, it's not stable anyway, but it's really, there are issues right now with crypto. I don't know if you can,
So
is that what,
there is
go
some
on.
maturity that's coming out of the market. And so there are some things that are solidifying. And so I'm pointing to those things like this right here, hex.com.
Mhm.
It's a token made by a used to be Bitcoin maxi, and it's a way that you can grow your crypto without lending it to other people.
Do you think if you were to invest in currencies that you could also get potential, or penny stocks, you could also get potential returns, or?
So by acquiring Hex tokens and staking them, you can earn from like 10% to 38%. So it's a much better return than taking my chances moving in and out of arbitrage.
So I guess my question is, are you, and you can answer or not answer, but are you working for a specific company or?
No, but I'm promoting a certain product
Okay.
that exists on the Ethereum blockchain, which is the #2 crypto that allows you to build on top of it.
So then the issue would be, are you reaching the right target audience or demographic by coming on here, or you
I
think that's
I
go
am
ahead.
reaching quite a few young males who need mentors,
Yeah.
and I believe that I'm supplying them with the right links. And then I'm also sometimes I'm giving them my personal like Twitter account, so they could follow up if they have any questions. And then middle-aged men might be open to this sort of thing. I run into a lot of Indians who sometimes they know that it's illegal over there, or they think that they can get around it. But all females are turned off. And then there's a bunch of whackers and a bunch of black screens.
Okay.
I have my I I learned without keywords, then I'm skipping a lot. But the other night, a person who records this stuff on Twitch,
Yeah.
a live streamer, that person told me about keywords and how to narrow it down, but I still haven't gotten very good at it because
Well, I mean,
you and
you
I
just
get in
go.
common with the college thing. For some reason, college is a common term. I need to put university in mine.
I would stay away from university. Well, it depends what you're doing, right? So obviously, the U.S. is not going to use university, even though it exists. Not going to use it as much as a keyword as, let's say, Europe. So I don't know who you're trying to again target, if it's North America or overseas. But yeah, so I would probably say go with college. Don't do school, because that's going to be confusing. It might go, obviously to other levels you're not trying to go after. And they may not even, there are issues with Omegle anyway. So I don't think you're going to get much out of that. I think if you do, yeah, currency, I don't know if you're going to get much. Maybe have you done keyword invest?
No, I haven't. I just put those in the chat so that I would remember them.
Okay.
Sweet.
What you did there. So there's that. And then the other is um, what's very popular. I don't know how this would translate for you, but it would be think of sports. So, if you type in keywords hockey or baseball, you
I,
will get more social. You'll get also females, but they may also be kind of immature. In other words, they're of age, of course, but they're just immature.
yeah.
So I don't know if you're going to get much there. But I mean, I guess more of my question to you would be, why are you wasting time here? You seem intelligent enough where you could penetrate the market through other sources or means. Like,
Well, tell me what you're thinking about, because like I could put this in front of 10 people and like them actually visit the website while I'm on while I'm face to face with them. In maybe like 3 hours I could convert 10 people, or like get them to think about crypto investing in their future.
yeah, I think what it really comes down to is, I mean, is your unique selling proposition, do you carry the confidence? Do you understand? So if you're even dealing with extremely novice investors, you have the patience or the drive to take them through the various steps to kind of get them. I mean, you indicated that you are reachable, but I think people, it really depends. If you're trying to tap that market, they're going to need a lot of handholding. You have the patience for that right now.
Well, there's all sorts of resources that are walking people through introduction of crypto.
Yeah.
Um,
I
I
mean, I
mean,
guess, okay, so let's back up, and I'm not gonna
dude,
get too
insult
personal.
me. Insult me all you want,
I'm
by the
not
way.
insulting you. There's nothing to insult. You're intelligent. I think if we have to back up, let's personalize it a bit. You don't have to get into too much, but I'm going to ask you a few questions. So, like, for example, what motivated you to look at this? When did it start? Why did you get into it, as opposed to selling homes, selling cars, selling other products? When did this happen?
I'm in Texas. I jumped out of the corporate world and started working for myself as an architect
Mhm.
back in 2012. And I went back to my hometown because I knew that a lot of world changes were going to happen back in 2012. And then whenever Bitcoin went up to 20K back in 2017, I was like, maybe I could profit from this stuff. Maybe I should learn this stuff. Everybody else in my family had to do with finance. My sister's a financial advisor, and my parents were accountants.
Okay.
So I'm good with numbers, architect, right? So I started analyzing what the structure of this crypto was, and I saw that there was a lot of immaturity out there. And then I finally ran across this guy named Richard Hart, who is a successful entrepreneur, was an early Bitcoiner, and he saw that there were ways to make a better Bitcoin, or a better coin that could replace Bitcoin maybe for the store of value, in allowing you to earn interest without lending your coins to someone else. Instead, you stake your coins with the contract that they came from, and there's nobody else in the interaction, to where you earn a portion of the set inflation in this system. So I have heavily profited from it. It came out 2.5 years ago. I've profited from it. Me and like 20,000 other people are on Twitter and like really ringing the bell saying like, we've got the most responsible crypto system. Everything's transparent in crypto. So I'm just trying to find different pools of people that I can, tell about Hex.
Okay, so let's go back. So you were saying for a moment that obviously through your family that they, understanding finances, the markets, that's something sort of in the DNA, if you will, and they're good with numbers. So why didn't you pursue a career, if I may ask, like going to Wall Street, or you thought that was too conventional? There was really no point.
I've always been an artist, so I went the
Okay.
route of architecture and art. And I, studied in school for that sort of thing. So
Yeah.
whenever it was that we were in a recession and I got out of college and I started working for engineers, I analyzed really quickly that I need to learn about where to put my money once it is that I did make it. And then I started looking at the fallacies within the world that we live in. So since then, it's all been just like, well, jack of all trades is a bitch to none.
Yeah, so there's no. So, and then have you found that by being in Texas, you've been able to connect with enough people there, or you're looking well beyond the state, right? You're all across the country in terms of tapping, potential clients or
In
markets.
Texas, I have 120 other people who are in this same crypto, um, and we're in a Telegram chat room together. The reason why I gave you my location, Texas, is because I've been priced out. Like as I've built myself, all the prices around here have increased.
Mhm. And that's natural, right? I mean, in many other markets, depends where you're situated, but yeah, it would probably make sense. I guess ultimately, what is your aspiration? Like, what are you trying to move towards? You say you've studied how sort of crooked and full of crap this world is to an extent, but what are you trying to move forward with in life? What will make you content?
I guess being ruling my own domain in like a back to the land type of commune sort of thing, where
Okay.
like people are free to come and go. There's always somebody paying attention to the property. They're studying, or they're studying and implementing the best land practices we know how. I am of the age to where I want to start having a wife and kids.
Okay.
My parents are getting up there, and so it would be better, for them to experience, for the kids to experience the grandparents, the sooner the better.
Okay. So you're focused more on that right now and stability. Is that fair?
Well, I wouldn't I I don't know how to exactly answer that question. Like, I'm still taking risks.
Well, okay. So, I mean, the funny thing is, like, as you already know, there are a lot of people there. To me, the whole notion of marriage and children, I mean, you can disagree, but it's a whole notion of basically being brainwashed, right? Because you already know that when you meet a certain person, and there are, what, three intervals of life. So your first love, if you will, is probably someone you're exploring with, doing different things, but you're not quite settling down. Your next, you will settle down, probably have children, but they're not going to be, quote, your spiritual or soulmate. And then you're probably going to go to a third person that you'll find that. And it's all based also on sexual desire, where you are in that. But
I've calmed down pretty well in the last few years. So
okay.
I'm actually thinking like I've had long-term relationships. I've had many sex partners. I wonder if going into the future that I can actually be serious and pinpoint, or am I gonna just use this person?
Well, the issue is that, I mean, the way I look at it is this: you say you're creative, so the reality is you can't stay with one person being a male and say, okay, well, I'm going to have a creative I mean, I guess it could work if that person, promise women, a lot of them they're very weak in this, but there are some strong ones, right? So if you have a desire to create, I don't know, role playing or try different things, that person has to be willing to do that. And if not, sex is all about exploration. It's also about pleasure, but it's so relevant. Sensuality is so relevant too. And a lot of men, it's a means to an end, right? The goal is just a release. So I don't know, are you more of and when I use the term sensual, like, are you a man of the senses? So
I'm
if you sit
very
down and have
emotional.
you're emotional.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you have sit down and you have a meal, let's say out, are you going to savor that meal and the ambience, or are you just going to say it's food, stuff it down your throat and leave? So what are you of the two?
Ambiance. I'm a Cancer zodiac. Yeah.
Okay. Those people, okay. Well, anyway, I don't know if I want to get into zodiac, but yeah. Okay. So technically you would do better than with those other signs like a Pisces or a Virgo or Scorpio would probably put a bit of a sting in you, but you'd understand the sting, I guess.
That wasn't fun. Scorpios was sexual attraction whenever I was younger. Pisces, I realized that they were too emotional and not able to uh, convey their real feelings unless
They're a
they've had
mess.
a
I
good
mean,
family.
yeah. So I mean,
And
I don't know
so
if you know, but
Virgo and
yeah,
Taurus.
yeah,
Taurus
that would,
Taurus don't care about me, but I can see the compatibility. Virgo works perfectly.
you don't want to have the Taurus because ultimately they need to have control.
Yeah.
So you're going to be restricted in terms of your creativity. So what I would say is, you have, yeah, Virgo, but the only issue with Virgo is that they're a little too orderly. I think they're not neurotic, but they're very anxious. So I don't know if that there's Capricorn as well. They're a little more confident, outgoing. So those are the six signs. So it's funny that you already understood that, right? The six. The other six, you're not supposed to be compatible with. I am one of the other six, but I have known cancers. I've never had issues with them. To say that you wear your heart on your sleeve while you're claiming you are emotional, but
All of my signs except for like as I understand it, I'm water across the board, and then I've got like a Leo somewhere.
mhm. Yeah. So, I mean, I can see that certainly with a confidence, but I guess if you were, as I gave you a hint that I'm one of the other six,
Mhm.
could you guess, or do you want me to just tell you and not waste your time?
I can narrow it down.
Okay, well, I can tell, like I'm obviously not a Sagittarius, and
You're not an
I
Aries.
no, and I'm not an Aquarius either. So, if I was closer to a Scorpio, but I'm not a Scorpio because that's the other side. So then you're between a Gemini, a Leo, and a Libra.
Gemini, Leo, Libra. So you're a Libra
And why would you say that?
because you've thought about these things. A Gemini wouldn't give me the time, and Gemini, Leo, Libra. A Leo, well, I don't think you're a Leo because you'd put your face and but you'd be confident in what you're saying. So I just think that you're a Libra because you're willing to give me the time.
So you're looking for some kind of, no, you are right. Actually, I'm a Libra, so that's good. But yeah, I mean, it's all based on finding the balance. So usually what happens with Cancers and Libras is I would give you the balance. I would care about the person much like you. Um, is it fully reciprocal? I don't know. I mean, like, my God, George W. Bush Jr., that other president, right? That he was a Cancer. Tom Cruise is a Cancer.
Mhm.
I don't know if I'd even think of him as a Cancer. I don't view you as one. I think you're quite outgoing, so you are kind of more with your confidence a Leo, but you're definitely, yeah, you wouldn't be murky like a Pisces or yeah. Anyway,
So
it's
the
interesting.
way that I think about it, or I try to explain it to people who haven't been exposed to zodiac, is that I'm a water sign and you're an air sign.
Yeah,
So fog exists for a time period, but after a while it settles out.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what I tell my Libra friends is we can be friends now, but know that later on you won't give a shit.
Yeah, well, maybe to an extent, but I think if you still, I think what you have going for you in my world, it would be more that you have the ability to create, right? So,
Mhm.
you know, what you have to understand is, so do you want a partner who quote completes you or complements you? No one's going to complete you because ultimately you'll be complete, I hope, in yourself, but they can end up complementing. The issue that I find is that sometimes if you have a good, you know, man in your life, a brother type, they understand you better than a female. So I don't know what you want. I mean, if you want to bond with a guy and spend time with them and they look out for you, then that's great. But maybe you already have that. Or maybe you think you have it, but you don't really have it. And then in terms of the female, you're not going to do the bonding with her, but it would be some other kind of relationship where hopefully she cares for you, but I don't even know if you need that, right? I mean, you seem assertive enough. I don't know if you really need her. And then I don't know if you really at this point can get bogged down with an emotional wreck. You want someone, I think, that would be trying to uplift you more than you know, take you down,
Yeah,
right? I would
I,
think.
I've every relationship has been better and they've gone in the Virgo direction. Thanks for talking me off the cliff with the Taurus because I was still keeping it, just the possibility.
You know, I've dealt with enough of them. I mean, you know, how can I put it? If you had a bit of a strict yet loving grandmother, that would be your Taurus. You know, duty bound. She's not going to be saying, "Oh, come on, you know, grandson of mine, let's bake cookies together." She's just going to get the cookies done, and you're going to eat them, and then you're going to move on. If you understand where I'm going with that, that's the same
Yeah.
in the relationship. It's going to be someone like, "Okay, well, you want to have sex now? Let's get it done because I have to do some other work after." Yeah, that's a really meaningful way to be. You're probably going to lose your erection based on that. So I don't think that's the way to go either. The problem is without, you know, I don't want to upset you, but the reality is you know what you want. And as you get older, you're going to become even more particular with how you get stimulated sexually.
Mhm.
And if that person can't please you, then I think you're by being more intellectual. I think the mind matters. So if the mind is not fulfilled, I don't think the body is. It's a funny state, right? So tell me, would you say you are more sensual, or you're more carnal, or you're both, but it's at different times, different instances?
Yeah, different instances.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So like if you have not done anything for several days, you may just release. You just want to get it done.
Yeah, I could get pretty what is it? Needy if enough time passes. But what is a healthy amount of sex in a relationship, you know?
The healthy amount of sex is one where you're not going to end up having an enlarged prostate, which so many men end up getting. So what it means is you've got to release for yourself, if you can, on a daily basis. If you're saying to a person, "I'm too tired to have sex," then that's all not releasing. It keeps on getting produced. You're not releasing. So that's not the way to be. I think it's not a race, but there should also be times where it's very loving, where the person can cuddle with you, but they can gently stimulate you, like she can kiss your nipples, she can gently caress you, tease that area. You start getting hard, you start wanting to get to the next level. The issue I find is especially if they can't pre-cum, right? That's a big problem. So the woman should be able to get wet, but a man should be able to get wet as well. If they can't do that, that's a precursor to the enjoyment. There are also a lot of men that need to release within 5 minutes of being stimulated. So why do they need to do it so quickly, right? So, are you able to control yourself or?
Yeah. What I like though is to be touched. I like I've had a
Okay,
back
so,
issue,
so you are tactile.
and so
You like to be touched, or you like to touch as well?
I both. I want her to, focus on me just a little bit and think about my needs, my muscles, how things are. Because I want to be the man
Yeah.
that
So for
protects.
me, it's
I want to be in the best
yeah. And so
position I can.
yeah, yeah. No, that's fair. For me, it's always sort of been about that, right? Which is the exploration, the massage, the touch. So much can get done by that. What's amazing is so many guys, just as a side note, but as a technique, they seem to get lost in the notion, if they're even pleasing themselves, that they have to make a fist and be rough. And, the reality is, if you see, I don't know if you study this, but there's some men who, when they even get erections, they always have like a curve. Well, that's because they were too hard with that area, too rough, and so eventually they just damaged the state of the muscle, right? So instead of it pointing
Really, that's what a curved
essentially,
penis is about?
yeah, pretty much. You should be able to have it, be at an angle. It could even, but it shouldn't have to be. Why, you have a curved penis?
Um,
Not really.
a little bit, but a friend of mine I've observed his penis in football. He had like a
Yeah.
heavily curved one, and
Okay.
I was thinking that relates to an imbalance in your structure around your hips.
Yeah, no, probably be the other. So I'm thinking just, from a young age on, when they started, they're pleasing themselves, they were just too rough. It can also be another issue where, uh, if a guy's circumcised or not, that can be another issue in terms of sensation.
Oh yeah,
So,
definitely. Yeah.
are you or no?
I'm not going to tell you. That's
Okay.
just some deep shit. Well,
Or be fair, okay.
it's obvious, right? Look at me, like of course my parents circumcised me.
Mm,
Like and I don't like that they did either.
mm.
Like what do you think about that subject?
Well, yeah, it's funny. So they decided that they would not circumcise me, but I, believe it or not, want to be the other way.
Wow.
It's very scientifically, it's also very complicated. So without getting into boring details, it's kind of like this. There are a lot of men who have what they deem a foreskin that is as light as a condom, like a sheath that basically goes right over. So it gives great sensation. But then there are other men who have sort of a thicker foreskin, similar almost to the texture, you could say, of the scrotum. And so that's more what I have. So the problem is that ever since I was young, when I tried to do that, there was just too much friction. So I felt it was better to keep the foreskin back and just try to find, sort of the way I guess you are, to find the sensation around the head. And that's what I've been able to do. But, the problem is, the stimulation of it, being able to maintain that to the level of release, that can be, especially if you rely on a partner who gets exasperated easily, then it's already over before it begins. I'm going to ask you this. Do you find that you take great pride in pleasing the partner?
Oh yeah.
Or,
Oh yeah.
okay, but
Yeah,
do you let them please?
I will eat
Okay,
pussy all fucking
yeah,
night.
okay, okay. So, but what about you? Will you want to be pleased, or you don't care about that?
Um like I said, like if my back is rubbed, I'm well pleased.
Okay.
But if yeah, let's just leave it at that.
Okay. Yeah, so that's fine. I mean, I guess what's so bizarre is that it's not bizarre. I mean, I've had conversations, a few with intelligent guys, and you can talk about all of this, and it's sort of like I almost know you because you are well studied or well learned. You could have any of these conversations with this person, get to know them better. And then it's sort of like, oh, yeah, let's keep in touch. And we try to, but then it's always, life gets in the way, right? Because you can always try to jump on to find someone else. So that's sort of the problem with all of this, with the internet and with these ways of chatting. But I think, it's good to know that you are reciprocal and that you do want to please other people. I think that's really important. So I think, yeah, having said that, what my point I was going to come back to is basically that if I try not to use a foreskin, then really what happens is I found a technique which is sort of interesting where you only actually use two fingers and you find the sensation which is on the back of the head is something called a frenulum. Do you know what that is or no?
No, but I understand what you're saying, the back of the head.
Yeah, so for some men, they have this tiny little, it's almost like an attachment or a string. And then obviously you'd have it if you have foreskin, but if you don't, you may not, but still some men do even after getting circumcised. So at any rate, it's very similar. Frenulum is also underneath your tongue. It's like that little
Yeah.
little connection. So at any rate, if you use, that's a very sensitive area. So if you focus on that and you focus just on the sort of the coronal ridge, which is just like underneath the head itself, you'll find that there's tremendous stimulation or sensitivity there. There's not as much, oddly enough, on the head itself. Many guys think there is, but it's actually surrounding it, just underneath there, the ridge, if you will.
Yeah.
So if you just focus, you put the thumb on the one area and you put the, I don't know, index finger in the back and you try to stimulate it, you will find that you could actually get off quite nicely that way. But too many men are too much in a rush. They use the whole hand, then they find it doesn't work, then they have to use lube, on and on it goes. So my point is the way they perceive it is the way they perceive life, the way they perceive partners, the way they perceive sensuality, music, the way they perceive food, the way they perceive investing. It's all immediate gratification or it doesn't happen at all. So what you have to do is, I think one of my mentors had always said to me, in life you have to be sensual all the time. So there has to be a sensuality. And what we mean by that is there have to be nuances, sort of where you're flirting with a person, kind of like the way you started talking. You weren't flirting with me, but it's the way you started the conversation, right? So that's what you have to do when it comes to also trying to get people convinced or to get involved with cryptocurrency, I would think. What is your spin or take on it, right? So that's really what it comes down to. So you have to have a unique take that will lure certain people in. And the more you're able to do that by projecting confidence, knowledge, I think the better off you'll be as well for potential growth. That's the way I would view it. So
Thanks,
that's
man.
really
Thanks for
important.
all your thoughts. Thanks for your thoughtfulness and your conversation. I've appreciated you.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, so what are your thoughts about this conversation, even though it was probably more unique than other conversations you've had? But
I don't know. It's pretty much obvious. Like, what are you doing on here? Um, why have you thought about the penis so much? What do you get out of, like, do you get joy out of talking about these subjects with me and trying to help me figure some things out in my head? How old are you?
Sure.
You know,
Yeah.
You're probably not in the States, right? You're an expat.
I'm not in the U.S. at all.
Do you consider yourself an expat?
No, because I'm not even American. But I'm close enough, and I've followed the U.S. all my life, and I've had dealings there through business and personal. So I know the climate, but I think I guess my question to you is, and I would like to hear your answer on this. You see where things are headed, right? You see
Yes.
sort of the chaos at a bigger picture. I mean, maybe it's not chaos to you because you've been able to cultivate meaningful relationships, friendships, so you don't see the chaos. Maybe you do out there, but is
Oh, I
really
see
the
it.
U.S.
It's broken down. I don't have a girlfriend right now because everybody's fucking crazy. I'm back in my hometown and nobody's here. Nobody here is my age. It's just hilarious. There's shit everywhere, you know, like fucking I just saw on Twitter Biden signed a bill that's going to deliver $179 billion. Where the fuck that's going to come from? I don't know.
No,
So,
it's China and India. What do you think?
yeah.
So I mean, look, they're only concerned with one thing, right? A legacy. And they're also concerned with making sure the lobbyists or the people who back them obviously get their coffers paid for, or otherwise they're dancing with the end of their political career. But I think all of it is kind of, I think what you're looking at is, and that's what a Libra would look at, is a balance. I don't need extremes from either side. I need a balance to understand where we're headed with this nation, or well-developed, industrialized nations versus where the rest of the world is going. And so they're seeing, and of course, the media does. If there's one thing through what we've learned with Trump is, yeah, the media has had a field day on reporting inaccuracies. It's all based on ratings, right? So that much is true. Whether you like him or not, one thing is he's been oddly enough, a brilliant architect at totally turning the country in a different direction like we haven't seen in years. It's fascinating, and how the ripple effect has gone throughout the world based on this, where you're getting sort of populism with a bit of dictatorship thrown into the mix. All he's doing is he's calling out all of the issues that were never spoken of prior to this, right? So the notion is he's saying, well, let's kind of change the way people are uh, viewed. Let's call out to the notion of liberal policies and blah blah blah. And then on the other side, they're saying that he's an extremist. So I don't know. I think you need to have a balance, and he's not creating the balance. You have to get a country to come together, not make them go apart, right? So it's problematic. But how do you feel about all this? Or it doesn't really, you don't get too involved with politics?
I used to be a libertarian and now
Okay.
I'm nothing. I don't vote because voting gives your consent to the winner. I operate on spiritual codes, spiritual law.
So do you meditate?
Yes.
Okay. Do you, with respect to I mean, you would have turned away from me if what I was saying about the body and sensuality didn't interest you. So I've known one or two people in my time who were much like you. They did meditate, and then they're very comfortable with their body. They were even comfortable kind of like being in the nude or whatever if they were doing meditation or whatever on their own. But I assume you're comfortable with your body.
Of course.
Yeah. Well, don't say of course. There are a lot of people who are that comfortable.
I misspoke, but yeah, confident.
Yeah. So I think in the end, what would drive you right now? Like, let's not worry. I appreciate what you're saying about having kids and parents and all of that getting on. But what do you want? What do you want? Do you want more of a stable partner, or are you trying to go to the next level where you want to see little versions of yourself populate the world?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I want to experience children.
Okay.
I want to enact my art, my creation, my creativity. So that's what I was talking about with that commune, for lack of better terms. And then in that commune, I get to play around with natural structure, like the ecology, and make it work for me. So just creating a wonderful environment to allow my offspring to grow up in and witness. Because like right now, when I look at the clouds above me, I see a bunch of pollution. I see that things have been manipulated since I was a kid. These cloud structures are not the way that they were when I was a kid. So I've got some huge problems with what we've been doing and how little my neighbor understands. So I don't know if I should be, directing my attention towards my neighbor, or of course I need to be directing my attention towards 100% my creation and bury my head in it and make it happen. But here and there, I might be drugged down on the days where there's some negative energy that I need to get out, where I'm mad at my neighbor for not
Yeah.
seeing it. It's obvious, like the media. It's obvious. There,
Yeah. So you
if
got it.
you
You're at
get
the
the
point.
vaccine,
Sure.
you
Yeah.
won't have COVID. And then you got to get the second vaccine, and then the third, and then the fourth. And then they're like, "Oh, I told you that, but I got COVID anyway."
Because they don't know, right? So no one really knows. And in the end, what's sad is even the medical system has moved in that direction. So
And
every
here in
doctor has been,
Texas, there's all sorts of politicians that are trying to represent, and there's all sorts of doctors, like America's Frontline Doctors, I think, originated in Dallas, Texas. Like, we are fortifying ourselves here in Texas against the bullshit. It's just that my effing neighbor right next door to me here wants to talk about what's on the news about Trump up against 70 different lawsuits within his life or something. He's a womanizer. Just on and on and on. And I'm just like, dude, I'm beyond that. I'm over that. I became a libertarian whenever I was in high school, and then once I got into college, I realized that this is all bullshit.
Yeah.
And I'm
no, it is.
and I'm not going to waste my time. And me being a Cancer, I have a bit of a psychic ability. So whenever it is that I'm talking to my dad back when I was in high school about what colleges would be appropriate or what avenue, my dad asked me, do I think that I would want to be in the FBI or the CIA or something like that? And I was like, I thought about it for a second. I didn't know shit at this time. I thought about it for a second. I go, I don't think that's the good that I want to do. And I think that I was like right on task, because those people get manipulated and then they lose their life serving.
Yeah, it's a system where they're basically, tied to a desk, right? And they have to deal with certain files, and then they go into retirement. But no, I think what you have to do is, if you're more inclined to be, when you sit down and you think about it, what obviously you gravitate towards. So if it is more nature and you're saying, well, the nature is not where it needs to be, and if it is sensuality and humanism, right, and connecting to humans, even though when we started the conversation you were something else, but probably that was a result of you being sort of frustrated with
it was the last guy. It was the last guy, like not like. So whenever it is that it's a group of guys that I'm talking to, then the one of them will have to rise up and be the badass, and so he's got to say something smart or get me to start talking and then skip me, so
Right.
that's the annoying thing, is like they're like, oh well, tell me about it, skip. So yeah, I don't want to waste, I just don't want to waste my time and get my emotions all wrapped up in it. But the more I do this, the easier the flow is. But yeah, like overall, I want to be a servant, and I want to feel good about the work that I do. And yeah, I want like, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, coming back to that and being able to have, those kinds of conversations where you can, really analyze and take it to the next level, I think it's critical. But most of these people, as you said, the ignorance and the frustration also that you're finding is based on that ignorance, right? That they're right, their way is the right way, but they've never, much like you or I, you're looking, what you did say before about libertarianism, but it's the notion of, well, we're not going extreme left or right. We're trying to find the next level. So even this mass hysteria and abortion, again, it makes no sense at all. The bottom line is, you say the woman has power of the pussy, you say the woman has power over her body, well, then let's move in that direction. And it's learning to say no, or there's going to be a massive repercussion. What we're now hearing is that a woman should open up her loins to every guy, get a sexually transmitted disease, get pregnant, and if she doesn't feel right, then by all means, she should get the abortion. The real answer is, you don't need to penetrate, right? If you really think about it, you can use 2 fingers, stimulate her, give her an amazing orgasm. She can do the same thing that I told you about with a guy, because you understand what a woman's genitalia is, right? It's the inversion of a male.
Yep.
Right? So
A
the
penis
clitoris
inside of her, yeah.
Yeah, so clitoris is no different than our glands or a head. So it's all the same. It has all the same sensational features and blah, blah, blah. So the whole point is, you can stimulate, you can, I don't want to be crude with you, but you can hit fuck her, you can do whatever you want. You don't have to penetrate and get her pregnant, wear a condom, whatever. But no, let's not do any of that. And so now we have ravings saying that, women's rights are being taken away. So, I mean, again, it's somewhere in the middle. And that's where I think you and I understand there's a middle ground. And then there's the third solution, as I call it, the third option. No one wants to talk about that because it's all based on extremists, right? One way or the other, right? You're with us or you're against us, which is very bad. So what I would say is, for you to really be happy, you may laugh, but probably leaving the US or finding a community that thinks more like you. And I'm not trying to do a crazy cult here, okay? But a group where there is harmony, there's peace. They also use a terminology of blue zones. I don't know if you've heard of that.
I have heard of that. That's where people have the potential to live longer.
Yeah, that's correct. Okay, so their book's obviously written that. So maybe you gravitate towards one of those zones. You have your better food. You avoid the stress. You enjoy life. You're connected with nature, better human beings. I think you have a mind which is very fertile, where you're able to cultivate new ideas. It's very important to be open-minded. I think that's what you are, which is fantastic. It doesn't mean you have to agree with every other opinion out there, but it's to listen and then to eventually find one pathway or several that work best for you. I don't think you're going to find that you're only going to do this with, one partner, significant other in your life. You need to have some solid people. So several, and some should be men, I think, as well. Can't just be women. So yeah, that's where I think it needs to be. And maybe Trek, part of the fun, right, what you used to probably have, I'm not saying you're not having fun these days, but you probably have more frustration than fun, is that you used to be very open to exploration. Now everything sort of has a consequence, or it's forbidden. And I don't think you need that in your life. You should be spontaneous, and we don't even use that word much anymore. I mean, I would like to say this conversation and meeting with you was serendipitous in some capacity. Who would have thought at this time, on this day, that I would have connected with you? Of course, it could end by the click of a button, or you could keep in touch, see where that goes. Like, I think by now, I'm not one of those freaks out there who's sort of lost their mind. So I think it's more about health, and understanding what makes a person happy. That's what I asked you about: aspiration, where you want to go. I am very good also at sort of being that sounding board for people. If they're doing ideation, they're trying to come up with some new ideas, getting feedback. So
what happened to
what I
me
do.
was I got somebody to read my star chart, and it was while I was starting to become wealthy from the crypto. And so I knew big things were ahead of me. My parents own a building downtown over here in my hometown, and I thought that I was going to do an architecture thing that was going to help out the community, like run a business to help out the community.
Yeah.
COVID came in and made it to where I had to rethink what I was offering there. And at that same time, I was making sure that I got my little bits of travel, and I just came back to the same spot and was just like, I don't feel this anymore. And then that person who read my star chart was like, I know a lot of people in Hawaii, and I think that this star chart says that you would be perfect to go to Hawaii. Well,
Okay.
COVID was happening, and I'm like, Hawaii was getting locked down. And so like I wasn't gonna go over there and risk forced injections, right? I'd rather be at my house if it is that some government says that we're going to start forcing people. So that was some scary times, and now it's calmed down. I know that it's going to ramp back up at some point, but now it's calmed down, and this is the calm before a storm of some sort. I feel it. So I'm organized right now. I guess that's the process I'm in. But yes, totally, I agree with you. I need to find a community. I need to leave the United States if it must be. Seek a haven of some sort with male mentors and females within the community that are mentors as well. And then most likely those older females will recognize my good intentions, and they would promote a younger female connecting with me. I think that's typically where I find the best females, rather than just like going and having a little bit of
Well,
booze.
I mean, you stated well.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, sorry, just going to say you stated well, but I think, go back to traditions, right? So I assume your traditions go back to Europe, or
I'm half British Scottish. Yeah.
somehow the lineage goes back to Europe.
Yeah. Supposedly I'm half British and Scottish.
So, I mean, if you go back in that sense, okay, so it was usually linked more to the notion, just what you're saying. Like, I mean, there may be, an elder of that community who would say, well, it could be a woman, it could be a man. I think you would, based on knowing you, your profile, character profile, that you'd connect well with this young lady. And so they were right. So they kind of did the matchmaking, and you did make that connection, So it was more organic almost back then. Now everything is very forced. You've got dating apps, this, that, and the other, which lead to nothing. Most people lie about who they are. They don't know who they are. So most people are very restless. They're jumping around, but they're not really finding themselves in the process, which is very dangerous. I think you have to travel and be well traveled to appreciate. But I mean, like, even what you're saying now and what you had planned on doing, technically, it still is there. You're basically looking, I would view it as an incubator. So you create an incubator for the community, whether it's architect, engineering, or infrastructure, whatever, or entrepreneurs, innovation, and what can they be motivated to become as we hit the reset button and we start charting a new course out of this supposed pandemic, which I'm almost wondering if it was a pandemic, but because it's just so bizarre, right? I mean, it's so bizarre. So, I'm sure you look at the stats. The real stats that they don't report to you is that it's a 1% death rate globally. So I don't know if you're aware of that.
No, I'm completely awake. Like I came back to my hometown in 2012. I've been waiting for this shit to happen for 10 years. I've been analyzing like how far can they take the false economy.
They can take it as much as they can do cycles. So if you go back, and I'm not going to go very far with this, but 1890s into 1900s, there was prosperity. Then again, a conflict in the 1910s, then prosperity, and obviously the 20s, conflict again, 30s, 40s, then booming again in the 50s, sort of a weird time of some conflict, 60s, 70s, and back again, booming 80s. See what I'm saying? The cycles. 90s, but it came back. Then 2000s, there was again some growth. Then we had the Great Recession. Then it started coming back again. So it's just never-ending cycles, usually of 10 years, and that's exactly what it is. And right now what we're doing is we're allowing an underclass that's undereducated as well to move forward with having credit cards and borrowing money when they can never afford to pay off that mortgage or that loan. Very, very dangerous. So what we really should be doing is looking at the reality that most people can't afford anything. They really, it is a handout culture, right? It's highly socialized, and they've never moved to the next level. So that's what we're dealing. And now we're saying, well, let's keep on pumping in more of that culture. So that's a problem. So they live high, they're basically living off of those programs. So that's a big, I mean, it's one thing if you use it as a means to get to the next level, but if you make it a crutch, not good.
Yeah.
Not good.
Total
And you
crutches
can't,
everywhere. Everybody's thinking, what's in it for me?
yeah. So what's in it for me talking to you? I don't know. I think it's refreshing to have someone who has your insights, I think, who gets it. I hope I'm able to give you something as opposed to you just being very kind and listening.
No, I really do appreciate you connecting with me.
Mhm.
And yeah, it's just lovely to talk to somebody
I mean,
who's
like,
so
yeah,
well
so if
thought
you
out.
say, yeah, so what is the motivation here? I think the motivation for you is the motivation for me. You want to have a connection to genuine human beings. This medium that we find ourselves today, what I'm using right now to speak with you, could be out of this world. You could have some, oh yeah, I'm going to work with young entrepreneurs one day. I'm going to work with young investors the next day. I'm going to work with young environmentalists the next day. Like whatever it is, right? And maybe by the end of the week, you treat yourself to, I don't know, some kind of speed dating, to see if you can find a couple of cool people to be with, whatever.
Sweet.
But it's not. It's unfortunately what I use is the term LCD, which is lowest common denominator. It really doesn't need to be that, but it is. So, yeah, to your point, just like with cryptocurrency, it could be an amazing investment. Prior to that, people did follow what George Soros said, right? And they invested in currencies and they invested in penny stocks. So now they're moving to crypto. And it's also nice because, it kind of goes undetected in some respects. But I think what's troubling you is, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, you have very strong values. You've been raised well, and you believe that that's the way the world should function. And maybe, dare I say, you've had some form of that protection during your life where you only see positive and moving forward. And then it's like, okay, well, I just burst your bubble and I'm showing you now that there's a huge swath of the population that is living in total dire straits, and they're suffering, and they anything goes. Debauchery, they don't give a shit. Drug addiction, that's another huge issue, right? We didn't touch on that. And
Yeah,
you're just saying,
I found that, and then also whenever it is that I'm in my local community, like there are literally, wolves around here ready to prey on people. So I'm kind of upset with my parents for making it to where like I had to be a penny pincher for so long, and I got into business with these wolves and I didn't realize it. So I kind of feel like my parents allowed me to roll around with the wolves or get eaten by the wolves and learn these things for myself. But I'm better off, and they have finances set aside for me that they don't talk about with me. So I know that stuff exists, that I'm just fine financially because our family has been a lower middle class the entire time. So
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, but I think ultimately what it comes down to is, the pairing, right? So you talked about Indians, and we think about Indian culture, and I mean, still, even where I'm situated here, if there are Indians in the area, some of them have such, lavish but also prearranged marriages, and it's like, okay, you've just killed the person because you're telling them they have to be now partnered to this person they really don't know much about for the
interesting.
rest of their life. So I don't think you want that. You're a free spirit, but you're also wanting to connect with great people. I don't think you'd ever let go of good people. I think good people who care about you and you care about them, it should be reciprocative. You would always stay with them and you'd be loyal to them. That's what cancers are anyway. But the bigger issue now is, you've come back, and I know what's really bothering you, that what you lived and what you experienced, it's not there anymore, and you don't feel, you're like in a time warp.
I
You
grew up in a
shouldn't be there.
I grew up in a fairy tale, you know,
Yeah.
fucking
Well,
Disney,
and,
you
and
know.
and maybe your parents did a great job of ensuring that. You, after all, do have the right to be a child, and experience
I ended
childhood
up
without.
I ended up being prom king at my high school and football captain. So like I've had a wonderful life until college hit me in the face, and then I just buckled down and studied architecture, thinking that like that's what college was, get serious about your trade. And then we're released into the world from there, and then like my parents paid for my college. So here I am facing the real world economics. And then I just start looking at like, okay, what's the common denominator? I guess I could use that, and it's finances. Finances run the entire world. They decide
Bullshit.
who in the hospital is going to live or die. It's absurd
Right.
to me.
Yeah, and exactly. But in a socialized world, then what you look at is, the kind of care, right? Well, what is the ultimate treatment the person's getting in the hospital? So, so if everyone's at the same level or they're waiting like crazy to get treatment, then maybe it's going to be too late for them. So there are a lot of issues. I think what you've done is you've explored the complexities, which, dare I say, all of us go through that sort of the wonderkund of life, and then the naivete, and it's like, do you not see the shit that's going on in front of you? So what I would say is, if I was a good friend of yours, I would always make sure that you are steered clear of the refuse and the imposters out there who are trying to bring you down. I mean, I thought that's what friends do, right? And then at the same time, make sure that if you are frustrated with your life, that you have someone to talk to about that, and kind of, because you can't stay in a vacuum, right? And you can't talk to the walls. I mean, I guess you could, but that's not going to get you anywhere. You need to have other people who understand you and support you, and friends are not people who are going to be challenging you or trying to be almost your arch enemy. That's not a friend. That's just someone who's trying to make you feel very uneasy or take you down. So I think it's important, and I think you're free enough in your mind to realize it wasn't all an illusion, but it's sort of like you see what the town is now, right? Or wherever your location is, that it is set in its ways. Is it your way? And if it's not your way, you have to find an environment that is welcoming you. Like, oddly enough, I guess, the meditation is good, but to me, the sensual side is sort of, it's linked to the senses, but it's linked to appreciating the body, right? So you look at even within Hinduistic culture and the chakras, right? The levels of energy. Well, one of the levels of energy is obviously your genitals. And then it goes up to the stomach and the heart and the lungs and all the way, and to the top of your head. So I always, and you might laugh at it, but I wanted to see what would it be like if you actually went to a person who was aware of their body and their senses. In other words, like a nudist colony. Nope, can't do that, because the people there are so old and they're so revolting. Sorry, I can't relate to that. It's just like, yeah, they're doing the nude thing, but to me, you have to take some effort into appreciating your body by taking care of it, right? Being healthy. If that is ultimately the house where all the energy flows, I don't need to see a guy with male tits and, a massive stomach um, or gut and, looking like shit. So
Yeah.
it doesn't work. And I don't need to see a woman whose tits are literally coming down to her belly button or navel, right? So yeah, not good. So having said that, the nudist colony, I thought it might work, but that's not to say you can't find people, but it's just You know, would you ever do that? Would you ever do a nudist colony if there were intellectualized people that looked well?
I would yeah, I would think about it, but the blue zones sound good to me because I'm worried about the stuff that I put in my body, and getting maybe like natural spring water every day.
Yeah.
I want to detox. Like I've been in this environment and I've gone through my addictive eating habits. You know, like I'll my mom and I love crunchy things. So, you know, it's this crunchy thing, it's that crunchy thing. I don't like that one anymore. I've learned to get off of it, and then I go to the next one. You know, like it's just it's always a constant like what's going to satisfy me next sort of thing, and I'd rather just get down to not having my body urge for a specific junk food, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, and the craving would stop if you give it, right,
If I change my diet, the
weeks.
craving stops, and then maybe I can detoxify my body as well, because I swear all of my lymph nodes are swollen.
And that's on a regular basis or just at certain intervals?
Regular basis.
Yeah, so that would be detoxification. I mean, I guess what it really comes down, like, are you hydrating yourself enough or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then you know that there are tonics, right? That, and you could even through, you're talking about touch and massage, like they have stated that, you know, if you do massage the lymph nodes, you can obviously stimulate them and make sure that if there was any waste product, they could kind of be released more. So I
Yeah,
think that, like,
I think that I need to be brought out of my environment where I'm not, you know, like there's only one other person who thinks similar to me within a mile, you know?
yeah, which is not, yeah. So there's that point as well. I think if you want, you can look at this later. I mean, he was a chiropractor. He's now kind of, I don't want to say he's self-prescribed, but he's a doctor. But if you go onto YouTube, Dr. Eric Berg, Berg. So
EERG.
yeah,
That spelling?
so if you, yeah, that's him. Yeah.
Okay.
So I've gone through a lot of different, you know, but he just go on there, do the search function under his account, and you can type in lymph and detox. And I mean, he just, what he does, he reminds you what you remind me of him, of where you might be in like 15 years time, which is someone who does question everything and then really digs into the research of it and saying, well, you know, this is what the doctors want you to believe and the pharmaceutical companies, but why don't you go to the next level, right? And so what he says is all they feed you are band-aid solutions, but you want to know the cause. What's the root cause of your condition and how can you change that? So he goes through everything, and I found he just does amazing. He talks about your sleep. He talks about, you know, he even challenged, which I loved, the insanity of what they're telling people. Oh, you've got to drink this amount of water every day. Well, fools, if you drink that amount of water, you'll also be getting rid of all the relevant vitamins and minerals in your system. So he talks about that too. Like, I mean, you obviously being an athlete, you would know that, you know, something as simple as urination, obviously, if it's a dark yellow, you want to drink more, but you know, you don't have to keep on drinking to the point that there's no color to your urine at all, right? So it's dangerous how some people just abuse their kidneys. So if you look at that with the lymph, then that would be important. But may I ask, so with the lymph, would you say it's mostly around like under your chin, or would you say it's where your tonsils are, or
I guess it's tonsils, because I also don't have tonsils. They were taken out.
okay.
And then down here below the abdomen, right? There's
Mhm.
lymphs down there.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, some
I think that
people.
those are most swollen.
Okay. And there's nothing on the back of your neck?
I haven't. I don't know. I do have like pimples that like don't heal, and I was wondering if that is a detox.
Yeah, he gets into that too. I mean, he talks about the fact that the soil is it's so bad right now. We're not getting the proper nutrients anymore through any of the produce
Mhm.
or the grains or seeds. And that really, we have to convert. I mean, he talks a lot about fasting, so intermittent fasting, IF. You'll hear a lot about that, but it's true. I don't know if you've ever done this with yourself before.
I've done
If you
fasting.
Yeah, and I would think being a cancer, because you're more sensitive, you'd be aware of this. But you know that if you don't feel like eating, don't eat. There's
Mhm.
no point in putting something in your system that at that time will not be absorbed. So actually, you probably get more energy out of doing the fasting. He talks about, keto-friendly products and all of that and the diet there. But I mean, a lot of it is so true. I think also another aspect which I don't know why you haven't pursued, but you have obviously your disposition, your look, your voice, your intellect. You obviously you could do your own podcast, but would you ever or did you ever think about going into any form of journalism or doing your own show or
Um, I like to smoke pot, and so
Mhm.
sometimes that makes it to where I'm not presentable.
Okay.
Um, Back in 2012, I was interested in doing my own podcast,
Okay.
but I guess like right now, I would be interested in doing my own podcast, but um, I know that there's other people that I can highlight that would be good people as well that would get a following. Like typically, um, I don't know, I'm just not able to get a following. Like whenever I'm on, like people understand that I speak truth and that I care about people, but I'm not the most entertaining person, so I don't get the views.
Yeah. So maybe what it comes down to is maybe if you know some of those people who get the following, if you go that far with that, then you would try to work with them where there's almost like a chat session, and then they give you a little more of a spotlight, and then people follow you. But
I
again,
might
you have to maintain that.
I feel like I'm an ideas guy to where like I can go and experience things, and then that can give me a little bit of stimulation, and then I can witness what somebody else is doing and say like, well, maybe you could do this sort of thing, that sort of thing. Like I think that marketing is a really fun art, and I'd like to be a part of it. It's just that I need to be a part of a team. I can't make up all aspects. Like it can't be my plan, but I can help stimulate it in a creative way.
Yeah, and don't think for a moment that, anyone has to go it alone. Most market That's why they call them marketing or creative agencies, because the vast majority of them do have a team, right? Of experts in some capacity, and they come together.
I kind of
So
feel like what happens to me is people realize that I'm kind of an alpha, and they make sure that they combat me off the team whenever it is that there's potential of me passing them up maybe.
well, let's
And
go back then for a moment. Just
yeah,
humor me. So when you talked about also being, in sports or football and whatnot. So I mean, I would think at the time, is it fair to say that you would have garnered the same respect from teammates that someone like even a Tom Brady would? Obviously, at that level, right? That
yeah.
people didn't challenge you.
Yeah, it was if there were challenges, yeah, if there were challenges, it was fun, competitive, but yeah, they knew that I was one of the top dogs,
Okay.
and they gave me respect.
Yeah.
So like when I break
So,
up with my girlfriend, they're not going to go date her.
mhm,
I mean, that's just one
yeah.
example.
Yeah. Okay. So that's fair. So now, are you saying that in any fashion that's changed, that people don't have the same kind of respect for you, or
Yeah,
they,
I would say that, yeah.
or
Complete
would you
lack of
say
respect
it's
now that we're ready to practice business and stab each other in the back. Yeah, complete lack of respect.
So what you have is quite amazing, because as normally the analogy is if you're a quote jock, then you're going to be more inclined to be athletic. So you have that prowess, but do you have the intellect? And it's rare. I mean, it's not ultra rare, but to find someone who has both. In the end, Tom Brady is not really an intellect.
Either
He's
that or it's
pragmatic.
the stereotype of jock that we've been that has been given, because if we analyze this world, jocks are very, very intelligent by being able to navigate this world, and all they would
Yeah.
have to do is reduce this world down to natural law, and they would be able
Mhm.
to know how to navigate really good things. But if it is that we stay by man law, then man law has all sorts of caveats to it. And then
Right.
there's the social situation of your neighbors have to be okay with what it is that you're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
So like
Or the public.
I asked my dad about Freemasons, because it
Mhm.
seems like the Freemasons get stuff done, but they also aren't there touting, I don't know if that's the right word, about their
Yeah.
relationship or their ties to each other in the community. And this is
Mhm.
all throughout Texas, there's Freemasons. So I asked my dad, have you been approached and all that stuff? And he said, yes, he was approached, but he just straight up told them, like, give me a rundown of what it is that you have to offer. And they're like, no, you have to come and have dinner with us at our lodge and learn about us. And he's just like, I ain't got the time. I got kids, I got work, I got all sorts of stuff. My grandfather, he he swore that the church was a good thing before his death to me, and I don't think he was a Mason, but
Mhm.
other people in my family in the ancestry have been, um, and I would rather see the place be demolished than be
Mhm.
a part of it. So, and then yeah, I just think that they're useful idiots, like a lot of things in the world. So,
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's about an indoctrination, but it's also what works for them, right, on their
mhm.
terms, and they don't want anyone to question that. So I guess my question now to you would be, if you move to the next level where you question things, then how can you really be connected to that agenda, right? So now you are a leader, but you're also on your own. So now I think what you're coming to me and saying, I'm not saying you're directly coming to me, but you're saying, how do I have the capacity to recruit or find people that would be willing to go along with my mantra, my ideology, if you even want to use that word. And that's the challenge, right? Because if already their minds are so fragile and they're so, um, you know, bent on basically the lowest common denominator, why would you waste your time on that? I think we have to be more, as you were saying earlier, strategic, right? When you talk about great jocks, not all jocks are great, but great jocks, some of them can also become strategic leaders. They understand how to assess the situation around them and how to move to to move to the better level. So the athleticism, I think for you, that's just a natural. I see you as being the type of guy that could hike and run and, be athletically inclined. You're in touch with your body, eating well, blah, blah, blah. But I think you also have a very strong intellect. So you've got to sort of meld the two together in such a way where you can find others who are like minded. Uh, and I find that the ones who tend to be very intellectual, they can't get beyond that um, circumspect. Is like they're almost tied into, the agenda. I have to do more research. I have to keep on doing more research. I have to live and breathe the research. Well, fine, but you've also got to at some point become proactive. So that's where the professors kind of go their own way because they live behind the illusion of academic grandeur, right? And that's what's very frustrating. So everything you're feeling is based on what you understand and what you've assessed. There was a writer, Thoreau, right? Who you may know, Walden Pond. I don't
No.
know. 250 years ago. But he was from the city, and then said, "Oh, I'm in Boston. I'm going to go up to this shack somewhere, and I'm going to live an experiment. I'm not saying you have to do this, but live in the shack in the nature and watch the squirrels and watch the birds and see the four seasons and see how I can cope and survive, and then realize what I am." I don't know. Like, there are people who say they go to India to come of age, or they go halfway around the world. But maybe you don't need that. Maybe you just need to go to a blue zone and see if one of those blue zones affects you. Maybe see under Dr. Berg, I think he talks about blue zones, but definitely about the lymph. Yeah, I mean, I know that if you have food intolerances, do you know if you have food intolerances or you don't?
I think I'm okay.
Mm.
I might have an issue with needing to build back up my gut, because I might have like the slightest hole in my gut.
Yeah, so he talks, actually, it's funny you mentioned, so he talks about all of that too. There was an amazing piece. I was going to say, if I can find, what, I'd love to send you this link. It was through a documentary. I think it was through Netflix, but I'll have to find it. But I guess I'm hinting that if we kept in touch, I would send you that link. But at any rate, it's all about the biome, right? The biome of us, which is the gut. Without the gut, you don't survive. So having that healthy gut is so critical. And, that a lot of the meats are contaminated, the dairy is questionable, all of that, the junk food, high levels of carbohydrate, sugar, blah, blah, blah. So how do you get away from all of that, right? And start eating healthy? And I think if you were to do that with some of the tonics or toxins that get removed through the cleanse of some sort, you would notice a difference, right? So it starts with healing the gut. And then he also attributed, which I don't know would be in your case per se, but he was saying that a bacterial overgrowth in the gut can be linked to candida.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah,
how can I
candida,
put this?
definitely.
But I mean, like, you would know yourself, like he was saying, if a person's tongue seems to be white or there's sort of mucus on there, people would get that normally after a cold or flu, but if it's ongoing, that could be an issue. Some people in their, whatever you want to say, groin area, they may have that, but women have that, certain women have that, right? They use the so-called infamous fish smell and all that.
Mhm.
So it's all about really sort of back to bacteria and controlling it. So
Yeah.
that's important.
Definitely.
Am I losing you or no?
Do you use Twitter?
Yeah, I do. The only issue is that I don't think you're naive, but at the same time, do you trust people too much? You think you do?
I mean, I'm not using a VPN right now, so people are able to find my zip code,
Mhm.
Um,
So I think what it comes down to is, I'm assuming you are who you say you are, but you never know. So what I tend to do is, yeah, I mean, the Twitter account I have would obviously bear my name, so I kind of don't want that. I would say, can you humor me and try something else? And if you can't, I mean, I guess, sorry, whatever. But so I guess, when Microsoft absorbed Skype, they tried to set up a chat option that I thought was better than Snapchat, but I don't even know. Would you ever use Skype? It is free, but have you used it or no?
I used it back in 2010.
Yeah, so it's quite dated for you. I mean, they have improved it. There have been some enhancements, but I guess problem is like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. It's too personal.
So hey, I'll give you my Twitter, and then you find out what you want to do with it, if you ever want to do anything with it. Okay?
Yeah, and do you ever do email or not? Well, probably not on this. But
Yeah, email's really personal.
yeah.
So here's my Twitter. Like I said, I'm located in Texas.
Well, it doesn't matter where you're located on.
I'm just telling you.
So, yeah. So I guess,
It was good talking to you.
yeah.
And I really do appreciate the
I
down to
guess
earth
what it,
advice that you
yeah,
have for
no, I
me.
appreciate it. Yeah. So I guess what it really comes down to is,
You're another
do
person
you,
spurring me on towards, exercising my powers that I have. I really do appreciate it.
well, and also maybe finding some new talents along the way.
Yeah.
But I mean, the journey of life never needs to be one that's done alone, right? Um, you find yourself, okay, let me ask you this. Do when you did do cannabis, did you find that what do you need it for? To calm you, to take you to another level, or what do you use it for?
Yeah, I find that it's able to change my mood, so I can just instantly feel differently. Um, it's I guess it's a little bit of a bad habit. Um, it used to be like geeking out with my friends. We had something in common. It would make you go back to that euphoria of just absolute pleasantry with your friends. But it's never really worked with a lover.
Yeah,
Um,
why would it? Because how are you going to really get aroused with something that creates more of a mellowness?
yeah. So
Why you? I mean, normally people would remain flaccid, and then they would desire basically food.
so yeah, I'm on my way out of cannabis, because
Mhm.
lately what I've been using is what's legal in Texas. This derived portion of a hemp plant that allows you to
Okay.
get high, and
Mhm.
they'll give it to you in oil format. And I've been told that those are not good for your health. So I'm ready to just let everything go. I never have done harder drugs, so I like that. I guess purity, and um, I know that a lot of people get hung up in that stuff. One of my friends' lives was completely destroyed. Like a guy that I grew up with on my street. We were just days apart by birth, and he is now locked up in jail. Um, a few hours south of me because he's an absolute loser these days. But he's one of the smartest guys I've ever known, and you actually remind me of him.
Yeah, except that I don't take the drugs. I think what it comes down to is it's all about dopamine, right? So the receptors, what you're doing. So let me ask you this. You know that when you orgasm well, not just rushing through, but when you do it well, you know the feeling, right, of endorphins.
Mm-hmm.
You know when you do some amazing athleticism, whatever that is, climbing a mountain, running, whatever, and it sheds all the cobwebs, you know how you feel after.
And I used to experience that as a youth every day, to
Yeah.
where whenever it is that I go off to college and I don't experience that as much, and then I go off to corporate world and I experience that very, very little, then I
Yeah.
know that I need to strive back towards those things. So
What you
I'm
need to
very happy to
do,
have those guidances, and that's what I
yeah,
was talking about by like I think that the athlete, if we had more natural law than man law, the athlete would rise in the
yeah,
perception, but instead we've been fed this stuff like Saved by the Bell, where the jocks are the fucking fools
yeah,
through
well,
Hollywood,
exactly.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah. So I think what it really comes down to is, like even if you look at the founders of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg and all that, what it comes down to, they're sitting there. What you and I are doing right now, they were doing, chatting away in their own geeky world of coming up with, the next opportunity to basically get people to connect. And you can do exactly the same thing. You surround yourself rather with good people who have an understanding of what is lacking. So you're going to do your environmental scan, if you will. You're going to check out where the needs are. We're not trying to get involved. I'm not trying to knock on your friend, but you can't get involved with people who are not receptive anymore. If they've allowed certain other elements to take them over, substances, whatever, it may be at this point too late. You're at a different stage in your life, so you've got to build on that and go forward. And you go forward with people who are like-minded, and then you try and tap on to a market or a demographic that's willing to also go forward.
Yeah.
I don't think you're a get-rich-quick scheme kind of guy. So I think the way in which you would do it, it would really be very tangible, very real. I think people would be willing to listen to what you have to say. I mean, it's no coincidence that you also have the microphone and whatever else. Like, you've set it up where you almost kind of want to have the connection with people. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, that's what it is. Let's get you back to where you once were, which is you're excited to talk about ideas and to build off of it, right? Let's go there, because the corporate world is going to restrict you in every which way you go. Society is going to restrict you. So with all these mores or norms, you're not going to be able to move ahead on anything. So you've got to first find the location that would take you to the next level. That's not going to happen overnight. But I mean, health is a critical factor. Are you still find that you feel good overall, or not as good as you used to, or?
Yeah. I'm coming back into my 19-year-old self. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm arriving back at, like, energy sprouting inside of me. I'm going back into workouts and relivening the tips of my body. For a while, like, some of my limbs had been numb. Like, I hadn't experienced full feeling in them.
Yeah, so that's paresthesia, right? So that's basically some of the nerves. Do you get pins and needles or tingling, or just numbness?
I want to say numbness, but, like, it's not the same as numbness. It's just like, it's like losing coordination.
Okay, fair enough. So it might be that. Yeah, just I think what you're saying basically is the agility that you had when you were, doing those workouts or being athletically inclined,
But I think what
right?
I've
So it's
recently been able to do is, like, a workout where I'll sprint and then I'll walk and then I'll sprint and walk, and, like, that really livens up my body.
okay. So having those intervals work. What about the sex drive? Is it still there, or not as much anymore? Are you letting the mind overwhelm so you can't have the natural desire, or what?
It did deflate through my early and mid 30s, and then now I'm coming out of that.
Okay.
With more
Nice.
confidence, more exercise is livening up the body.
Yeah. Okay. So then that makes sense. And I guess then the other is the food, right? So you talk about drugs or substances. Well, as we know, food is also.
And those
a drug.
same things. I didn't have the money to pay for it at the end of my 20s and my early 30s, and then my mid 30s. I said, "Fuck it! I'm investing in myself. I'm not going to eat shit anymore."
Mhm.
Because it used to be that I would just eat, like, leftover pizza. That gets me
Yeah.
full. So be it. But now I diligently select my food.
Yeah, and you've also got to chew it, right? I mean, men are notorious for just wolfing down the food, then burping, then getting acid reflux. It's disastrous. So, you know, I can talk to you more about this another time. I'm not going to get into it now, but I would say definitely, just for a lark, you can, do Dr. Eric Berg. You can type in lymph, a couple good um, videos on that, and then, definitely if you're looking at anything else, how's your sleep these days?
It's pretty good, as long as I don't experiment on the internet too far into the morning.
Okay.
Because then I'll have to wear a mask to stay asleep during the day.
Yeah, so that just makes sense. Would you say, in terms of, you said things are kind of coming back, so I guess, is it fair to say when you were younger, you might even get off sexually every day, maybe more than once, and then it might have petered out. Are you able to do it at least once a week, or?
I don't know.
Okay.
The idea is, it's what stimulations, how pissed off am I at the world. I get less and less pissed off of the world as I continue to meditate and I guess get older. Well, I can just control that. I don't listen to music anymore because that's somebody else's song, somebody else's tune. um, I'm not gonna pick up their tune and go by it, live my life by it. So um, I don't know really how to answer that. With the meditation, I'm able to have less sleep, and I would be able to get off and still function afterwards. I once read that you shouldn't get off right before you go to bed. Like masturbation right before sleep is not a good thing. Instead, you should have, you know, another portion of your day after you have sex or after you masturbate. Um,
Well, it's two things, right? So what I used to do when I was in college or university, so to stay awake, you do that at night, right? It kind of wakes you up. But when it's in the morning, that's also part of it. But I used to find that if you did it before bed, it calmed you down, and then you actually could sort of go to bed. But
it calms you down and you go to sleep, but do you wake up with have you ever, something I never realized was in high school, I should have saved my sperm until after a sporting event.
oh
That's
yeah, yeah, right,
that's
right,
what they teach you in college in sports. I didn't know
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
So
No,
you're spilling your sperm and you're losing so much energy doing it.
yeah, it's a testosterone buildup, as you say. So it gets to a certain point, but you don't ever want to take it to the point of not doing it for some time. And that's like when you release, it's too intense, right? Because if it's too intense, that's it can be intense, but not to the point where you let you know a month go by. I don't think you want to do
I'd be
that.
fine with it being intense rather than doing it too much and feeling like I gave too much and now my body thinks that it needs to produce seed instead of produce other things.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean,
Because your body
it's
probably prioritizes seed over uh, brain. I don't know.
Well, it's something very simple, and I'm sure you know this, right? So if you take a certain amount of zinc every day, you will notice more of a desire for sexual release. Yeah, because that's what it's going to do. It's going to increase the testosterone. They say maca root for men
I
can also
agree.
help with the libido. Okay,
I agree with
so
maca. I've
yeah,
got some
yeah,
ground powder maca that I get from the bulk foods online. That's wonderful. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, so that works. But I think ultimately, the reason we're having this discussion is because you're already a much higher level. So it's all rounded, right? It's a nutrition, it's a spirituality, it's a sensuality, it's a sexuality, it's all of that connectivity back to sort of those chakras. So if you do your meditation, your Buddhism, then basically you are, as you know, supposed to be desireless. And so if you don't, which is all, I mean, that I would never put that on you, knowing that you are a Cancer with sensitivity and emotion, because you're saying, well, don't have any emotion, but that's not you. So it's tough, right? Because when you go into your meditative state, you're trying to clear your mind, clear emotions. So that works up to a point, but you're actually kind of going against what your zodiac sign espouses you to be. So it's fascinating. Um,
But I love
yeah.
who I am, and so
Yeah.
I'm so um, grateful. Like if I was to put a title on this year, I would say grateful.
Yeah. Yeah. You've come this way. But the main thing is as you say, you can't get bogged down. The world, I mean, the birds still chirp, right? They still sing. The bees still, well, to an extent, they still fly around. But the reality is, you've got to still be connected to nature. And then when you're finding things that are abnormal, as you say, or off, those anomalies, that's where you have to start wondering what's going on here. So, you and I can retreat to a blue zone, that's fine. But eventually, whatever hell is going on in the rest of the world is going to probably find its way there. So, yeah, it's a bigger issue. But maybe in the interim, it's getting to the blue zone so you get recharged, so you know how to build up to take on a bigger event or situation, right? That's what it's about.
Yeah.
That's the only way I guess you could look at it. But yeah, so I would definitely look at that. And then I guess my last question to you for the night is this really you? Like when I'm talking to you, is this the
Right.
real persona, or is this?
My
And maybe
ego.
I'm assuming it is, but is it 50% of you? Is it 100? Is it 75? Is it 25? And then you're someone else entirely with other people?
I feel like I destroyed my ego a while ago. So I do feel like this is me.
Okay. And was that?
I mean,
Hopefully,
I do have a little bit of like, I don't want people to judge me. I want people to like me whenever I'm on the internet, but I'm pretty sure that I've like melted that down pretty well.
Yeah.
And
So this could be you in meeting, right? If you met a person, this could be you. This could be your persona.
if I'm having coffee, and I'm talking to the person next to me, this is exactly me.
And this has always been you, or would you say there's been a maturity based on life's experiences? So it was always you to an extent, but now it's really you.
It's pretty funny. Like, typically whenever I find myself learning. So I'm not always going to be the sharpest. If somebody poses a new idea to me, I might deny it at first and then be like, "Oh yeah, you know what? You're right." So as far as my intellect can go.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, for the moment, it makes sense. Right? That's the way to be. Okay. All right. Well, I do have the information, so I'll reach out to you and we'll try and make this happen again.
Cool, man. I really appreciate you helping me formulate my life.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it again. All right. All the best.
All right. You too. Peace.
Take care. Bye.
Later. Wow. That was so long. I had to like reposition myself so that I didn't get tired in my muscles. Did I do the wrong thing by giving that guy some information to follow up on? I don't know. But if somebody's going to target me, that's what's already available anyway by me putting so much information out on Twitter. All right, let's have another one for an icebreaker or a nightcap, and then let's get out of here. Maybe also I could go to settings and add what he was talking about. Invest, real estate. I haven't even eaten my tacos. Real estate. What was the other thing? Invest, real estate, and currency. And Dr. Eric Berg. Let's do doctor. Let's do COVID. Virus. Currency. Trap came in here. He's a fast talker. Let's see if Trap wants to get in and wrestle some people around. Man, that guy talked a lot about dick, didn't he? How's your sex drive?
Okay.
What's happening? Can these people hear me before I can hear them? You got Bitcoin? Hey, you got Bitcoin?
No.
You got Bitcoin? You got Bitcoin?
No, I got big.
Big what? My dick is bigger than yours. Hey, you got Bitcoin? You got Bitcoin? You got Bitcoin? I'm going to start chanting whatever it is that we have in common. USA, 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 USA. I'm in college. USA. I'm in college. What are you in?
College.
Sweet. I like your B.
But I sound like I'm in 6th grade, so that's nice.
Is that buzzing?
You look like fucking the chair from Gru, from Despicable Me, like that one big chair. You don't know.
Despicable Me. I know those little aliens, right?
Minions.
Minions.
But, like, he had a big chair in one of his things.
Huh. What are you, like 14?
No.
15, 16?
No. Hmm.
Have you gotten into Bitcoin?
I tried it, but then I lost a lot of money, so.
No shit. You bought the top
Mm,
and you sold the
Right.
bottom?
mm,
Me and my friends have a term for that. You ready for it? Wrecked.
mm-hmm.
You think about getting back in?
I'm just gonna go snaps low key.
Snaps low key. I don't know what that means besides like press the next button.
You could do that.
So, hey, this right here, hex.com, allows you to grow your crypto if you were to acquire any more.
Okay.
Check it out, man. The revolution is happening. What's happening? You want some black keys? What's up? You got Bitcoin?
What's that?
You in college?
Throne? What the hell?
You in
Yep.
college? What
Yeah,
college you go to?
college.
Yeah, what college you at?
It's in England, bruv.
It's called Bev.
No, it's in England, bruv.
So is it a trade school or is it a college or is it a
No, it's college. It's college. It's college. It's I don't know what you like call it, like a sport thing, like sport specific, whatever that is.
to where you're gonna work on people or you're an athlete yourself?
No, not athlete. Not working on people, bruv.
Oh, sweet.
Athlete.
So
I don't know what that's called in America. So
you play soccer or what?
no. Have a guess.
Um,
It's an American sport.
football, rugby.
No. No,
Um,
it's an American sport. What? Rugby is
track.
not an American sport, bro. Come on. No.
Basketball,
Yeah.
baseball, basketball.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's fucking sick.
I'm on here telling people about cryptocurrencies. Do you own any Bitcoin?
Please enlighten me, bro. Just tell me everything. I've got nothing else to do with my life, so just tell me everything you know. Or give me your wisdom, bro. I'll listen.
Well, typically people who say that don't give a fucking shit and they press that button right when I start talking.
I'm not pressing the button, bro.
Have you ever owned any Bitcoin?
No.
Do you see it as immature or a possible wise investment?
Well, I've never done it, so I can't really judge it. You know what I mean? I feel like I have to do it first.
Okay. So, like, 10 years ago
Because I
or
don't.
15 years ago, we used to be afraid of putting our credit cards on a website and buying something through a website. And nowadays, we save that shit in our browser. And here in the future, we're going to have it to where our money is in the blockchain on the internet to where we can just transfer our money around. So it's like we're going through stages of evolution getting swallowed by our computer devices. So Bitcoin continues to have its cycles, but it's always rising. So like back in 2011, Bitcoin was pennies, and now
Yeah.
it's over $20,000. In its dip, it's at $20,000. So what I'm trying to tell
I
you
didn't even know what that. Yeah.
is that the guy who's influenced me in cryptocurrencies, he used to
Is
be
Andrew Tate.
he used to be huge into Bitcoin, and he realized that it has its flaws. And so he engineered a better token, and it's called hex.com. And so if you acquire some crypto and you put it into Hex, you'll be able to make your crypto grow with interest.
I'll turn into Andrew Tate. I will turn into Top G.
So this guy's name is Richard Hart,
Not Andrew Tate.
not Andrew Tate.
Oh fuck. But he sounds cool. Is it? I'm guessing you got some money then, because no one's sitting on a chair like that and not got money. You know what I mean?
Right. I make the money, then I invest in myself.
So what car have you got? Random question.
Oh, so I'm still driving around my grandfather's pickup that he gave me
Okay,
back in
I
the
thought you
day.
was gonna say a Lambo. I thought you was gonna say a Lambo then or something. I was gonna be like,
No, that's a waste of money right now.
you say that, but you're sat on like a $2,000 chair. I swear to God, bro. Them chairs are not cheap, bro.
Because that's what I'm showing the world, but I ain't showing the world my truck.
You're showing you the
But
chair.
also I like to do landscaping. I mean garden creation. I like to grow things. So like I need to be able to have a work truck. So that's what I'm working with right now. But yeah, no, here in the future, I think even though I don't really like Jeeps, I think I'm gonna buy like a badass Jeep, just deck it out, have it to where the Jeep type people just envy my Jeep. They call it virtue signaling. If I have shit that you want, you know, that you've attached to emotionally, then you're gonna want to figure out how I got it, you know?
Yeah, but see, like most people when they hear about this shit, most of them think it's a scam. You know what I mean?
Right. And a lot of
It's true,
things,
though.
a lot of them are scams because there is no recourse in crypto. If you lend somebody your money,
Yeah.
once it leaves your wallet, it's gone, dude.
Yeah,
So that's why
that's the thing.
hex.com is so important, because it allows people to maintain control of their coins while they grow it with interest. That's the innovation
Yeah,
compared to Bitcoin.
yeah, yeah.
So hey, look at that richardhart.com. See
Yeah.
if you
And
like
he's gonna take like 3K off me, bro. but I'm getting
see
no
if you
money
like
back.
his message, and see if you can apply that message to your life.
Okay,
Cool.
will do.
Best of luck in your, what was he doing? Basketball? What's up, man? You got Bitcoin? He seems skittish. College. We both in college. No, we ain't. We in college? Are you the professor? Are you a professor? Dude, you're muted. I can't hear you. I like your glowing mic. You're on Twitch. Shake that ass, ho. Hey man, can I fucking hear you, Mr. Skippy? Fat boy Skippy? Hey, do you know about Twitch? I mean, do you know Fat Boy Slim? Do you know Fatboy Slim? 2 decades ago, Fatboy Slim is fucking in heaven, fucking in heaven, fucking in heaven, fucking in heaven. You heard that shit? Oh, Hex.com is the greatest crypto. It allows you to earn interest on top. X.com/links. RichardHart.com. Hex.pink. These are all things that will fucking rock your world. I can't hear you, dude. You're muted. So I can only advertise one way to you. See this right here? Hex.com. That's the token logo. I got it over here on this hat. Look at my fucking chair. You like my chair? You like my chair? What up?
What up?
You got Bitcoin?
You got Bitcoin?
What's up? You got Bitcoin? You got Bitcoin? Don't lie. Oh, cute. A couple.
What's up?
What's up? You got Bitcoin?
I got the Bitcoin,
Is that your house?
nigga.
That's your mama's house. You rented that place. You a fucking loser. What up? You got Bitcoin? What's up? You got Bitcoin?
Yo, is that Sporting Kansas City?
No, but we can act. We can pretend.
No, your jersey.
It's Netherlands soccer.
Oh, soccer. Boys call football.
Football. What do you guys in chat think? What's happening?
No. It's a lot of animosity. Yo, nice room, bro. I like your chair.
I like your colors. Red on red.
Bro, red on red for sure, bro. No, but like your chair is sick, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Thanks, man. I got it from Mexico.
Oh, Mexico. Wait, where you from?
Texas.
Oh, Texas.
Yeah, we get a lot of shit from Mexico.
Bro, that's a nice. How much you spend on that, bro? It looks like
Probably
very
$1,000.
expensive chair, bro. Oh, dang.
Yeah.
I was like, how much? Like I rigged that only a week.
Hey, fuck. 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 Hey, man, you got Bitcoin?
Huh?
Where are you from? Malaysia?
No, I'm from Florida.
Oh, okay. I misread I misread your ethnicity because you were covering your ears or something. I couldn't see how big your lobes are.
Oh no.
What are you, 15?
No, 14.
14.
Yeah, almost 15.
Man, I just gave you a year.
Wait, so guess my ethnicity again?
I guess you're Panamanian.
No.
You from Mexico? Cuba. Cuba. No.
Not Latino.
Not Latino at all?
Nope.
The first time I said, "Are you in Malaysia?" So yeah, let me go with Vietnamese.
Yeah.
Score. So hey man, have you exercised your right to have crypto? Have you gotten any Bitcoin?
Oh, I was born in America. I just got I just have Asian ancestors.
I get it, dude. I get it. You're in the States. You're all good. But what I'm getting at is I'm on here to tell people about cryptocurrency, the revolution that's happening. Do you have any Bitcoin, or do your parents do Bitcoin?
No, but my dad was trying to get into it. I don't know if he's trying to, but he's in Ocala. but I don't really live with him that much. So.
Yeah.
And wait, can I own Bitcoin if I'm only 14?
Yeah. It's just fine. Let me give you a mentor of mine inside the crypto space.
Okay.
If you attempt to learn from this guy, I guarantee he will make you wealthy because he's made me wealthy.
All right, thank you.
Hey, let me give you another.
Write that down.
Let me give you another one.
Okay. Okay.
Jot all those things down and learn about them. And as you can see, I'm just giving you the reins to learn for yourself. So it's your self-drive that's going to make you learn this stuff.
Okay. Got the first one. All right, thank you.
Cool. Take care. Have a great life.
All right.
Cheers.
You too.
Sweet.
That's who was the guy
Sweet.
last time?
Sweet. Those guys don't want me to dive in on their shit.
Hello?
I heard you gulping.
No, I was drinking out of a straw.
You're gulping.
No, it wasn't.
Are you in boarding school?
No.
Is that a bunk bed above you?
Yeah, I'm at my house.
Sweet. I'm at my house too. I'm on here telling people about cryptocurrencies. Do you know what Bitcoin is, and do you have any?
I don't have any, but I do know what it is.
Have any of your friends or your parents gotten into it?
No.
Oh. Do you want me to drop some links to help you learn in a very quick way?
No.
Cool, man. You got things set up for your financial future, or are you just fucking around as a kid?
Pretty much just fucking around as a kid.
Oh, dude, you're in
But
Texas?
a little. Yeah.
Me too. I'm down near Austin.
I'm by San Antonio.
Sweet. The last person that I came across that was in San Antonio was two guys, and they skipped me real fast. I'm not sure what they were trying to get out of it. What are you on Omegle trying to do?
I'm just trying to meet people.
Waste some time, get a little bit of fun.
Yeah.
Do you play video games?
I'm playing some right now.
Waste some time. How old are you?
14.
Yeah. Well, hey, man. Good luck in life, but I got to tell you, the sooner you learn finance, because money rules the world, the better off your life is going to be. Because otherwise, you're going to be somebody else's slave. And it's going to be a legal financial slave. That's going to be the problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sorry to bring you that harsh reality at your age, but I wish somebody would have told me that, because I sat there and followed the arts for so long, making little money. You know, nobody wants to pay for fucking art unless you're the top dog, and all it is opinionated bullshit anyway. You could make the best piece of art and nobody's there to buy it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, see this right here? Hex.com?
Yeah.
All right. Keep it in your mental, store that shit, okay?
Okay.
All right. Peace out, my neighbor.
Bye.
Bye. It's one of my Texas boys. One of my Texas boys. I'm in Texas. Where are you at? You got Bitcoin? No. What are you on here looking for? What are you looking for on here? What are you trying to get out of Omegle?
Not sexual assault.
Me neither. You don't know where I live. What's your What are you doing that? You say you don't want one thing and then you just like, oh, ramen. Sweet. You in your dormitory?
Mm-hmm.
Word. What are you on here trying to do?
Not be lonely. I got a single.
Is that another app? What?
What?
Is single an app?
My room?
Hey, is your hair fake?
Totally.
Okay.
You want to see me take it off?
Yeah, actually.
Okay. Oh shit! It's not fake.
Oh, damn.
Oh man.
I done got my ass handed to me.
Oh damn.
So what are you doing tonight?
Probably gonna smoke my bomb.
Yeah. So
Suck my dildo. What happened?
I'm down here in Texas, and they legalized some of the hemp extraction stuff. So I've got THC in oil format right here.
Oh wow.
That's what I've been doing lately, but I want to pull away from it.
Mm.
The shit just puts me in the same fucking mood.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I feel like the last time I saw you, you skipped me.
Did I?
So I think you're more lonely than you were earlier.
Maybe you had your dick in the camera.
I guarantee you I did not. Maybe maybe another guy with a red background did. I got some shit to represent. This thing right here, that's a financial product.
Of Pornhub?
No, it's hex.com.
For Pornhub?
You go check it out. You will not see any penises on it.
Maybe you're cold.
Speaking of, can I ask you a question? How often do you go to Pornhub?
For hex.com?
No, how often do you go to Pornhub?
Yeah. I barely go on that site. On that site. Pornhub is so middle school, elementary school. Just finding out about porn, typing in porn.
Oh my gosh. I am so old.
Maybe not. Maybe it's RedTube. I started off with RedTube, and then Pornhub, and then X videos. It's where it's at. Like what? Okay.
Do you watch it with your girlfriends? Do you watch it? Do you watch it with a partner? Have you seen?
Why would you?
Have you seen your?
Why would you
sexual?
Assume that I am gay? Do I? I give you gay?
No.
It must be the flannel. It must be the flannel.
When I say with your girlfriends, it means like you and your girls geeking out, like, look at this. This guy's doing this. Or
okay, you and your boyfriends do that?
We used to. But nowadays, like, people whip out porn in class, you know?
I don't know about that one.
Have you seen your sexual what is it? Deviancy increase throughout the years? Like, as you've been watching more and more porn?
Point?
As you watch more and more porn, then your deviancy continues to astray from just the simple things in sex, I guess. What is that? It looks like butter. It's she stuff. She butter, right?
Whoa.
You need it all over your skin. That's why you need so much of it. Because you get ashy. You dry out.
Are you trying to be racist right now?
Yeah, actually. All of my black friends, they get ashy.
Okay.
I use coconut oil.
Your Mexican mother doesn't get ashy?
I'm British and Scottish.
No, you're Mexican.
I'm
You crossed
Scottish.
the border.
I'm Scottish.
You
Look
you
at how
tried to cross the border.
straight my
No,
fucking
no,
hair
you're
is.
Mexican.
Look at how
Yeah,
straight
that's
this shit
Mexican
is.
hair. That's
No,
Mexican.
you're exactly wrong.
I'm exactly right. Mexican hair is straight.
It
Of
is
course, I would
a
know that. Why? Because you almost got shot when you tried to cross the border. And that's why you can't speak English properly.
all right. Blow my mind with your vocabulary.
You're trying to pass for it, like when the fucking Jews would like put in blue shit in their eyes and dye their hair, bleach their hair. You know why? Because they were like, I'm German, but no, nigga, you're Mexican. Yeah, El Chapo that ass.
I'm El Trapoed.
Yeah, I know.
I'm all up in them
caught
Texas
you.
cities
I caught
trying
you.
to act like I'm
I caught
somebody
you
else.
talking shit about black people and you're Mexican. You're fucked up.
Damn.
Man. You're fucked up, way. Alright, Esther. Okay, Esther. Yeah, you fucked up.
Actually, you know, some of that stuff that you're quoting, I think, comes from like Scarface, who are Cuban.
Way and essay is both Mexican terms. You should know that, Mexico.
What's
you think you could be racist? I could be prejudiced. That's even more fucking prejudice.
Yeah, you prejudge instead of listening.
Why would I want to listen to your fucking whitewashed Mexican ass?
Look at my long nose.
What about it?
I'm trying to think, like
fucking
big fucking teeth.
You could nose fuck your mother with that big ass penis.
Big teeth. I guess I have to show you my dick. That's what you're after. You're after the showing of the privates, aren't you?
No, MrHex.com/Pornhub.
/porn/ show it to me / good time.
Mexico bound. Yes.
What do you study in school? Prejudice? I did have a prejudice class, by the way.
No, I study Mexican borders and how to keep people like you back in Mexico.
Would you like to do that? I could hire you
For
to
you
do that.
and your mother that you nose fuck with your big ass penis nose. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get my people the fuck out.
Yep.
You know that people are being bused to Washington, D.C.? Like,
you know that
170 buses
wait, no,
thus
no,
far.
you know that I don't give a fuck. Ha! You know that?
So what are you looking for in the future? Like what are you
for you to go back to Mexico? I keep telling you this.
Where do you why don't do you think there are black people talking about reparations? Are you for that?
Why are you jacking off?
Are you for reparations?
Why are you jacking off?
Are you for reparations?
Why is your feet jacking off?
Are you for reparations?
Ew, look at your fucking pointy ass feet, Mexican feet. Those just got border written all over them.
Oh, you're annoying the shit out of me. You just keep saying the same shit.
I should.
Why don't you think of something fucking new? Why don't you call up?
I could take it even further.
Call up your.
Take it further.
You're okay. You're cute. I love you. I want to be with you.
The fuck, you're racist.
Oh, that's great. Hey, I'm gonna press skip because you're not bringing me new content.
Go ahead, fucking Pornhub. The fuck.
And please,
I don't give a fuck. Don't please nothing. Skip.
Think about eating something other than ramen. Other than ramen.
Go back.
You're gonna have so many problems if you eat only the same thing.
Nigga, this is only my fucking second time eating ramen.
I'm telling you.
Wrap your head in your own ass.
It may be inexpensive and you may have just gotten to college.
Adios,
I mean, I understand you probably just moved in yesterday.
No, I got all this white people food.
You,
Of course, you would know about it.
you're,
Like, you probably like.
you've
probably
stayed
like
one night in the dormitory thus far.
Like unseasoned raw chicken, you fucking unseasoned raw whore.
Unseasoned
You fucking
raw
unseasoned bitch. It's your unseasoned nose.
With
That shit is
barbecue
so
sauce.
bland. Look at mine. It got some. You look so easy to fucking draw. You got lines all over your face. At least I got detail. You know, I
that's
got
great.
this, the little chubby, and the little nose, and my big ass lips. You got no lips. You're like,
I got lips.
That's how you fucking look. You look like a fucking stick figure in the face. Shut the fuck up. No, skip me.
I like you.
Text Pornhub.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
I don't give a fuck.
What's up, dude? I've been screaming at you. I'm back. Got Bitcoin, don't lie. Got Bitcoin, don't lie.
What?
Got Bitcoin.
What?
You got Bitcoin?
Magari, porco dio.
Don't lie. You got Bitcoin, don't lie. You got Bitcoin? I wonder what he's waiting for. What you waiting for? What you waiting for? Just squirt.
Lord.
What you waiting for? What you waiting for?
I've been waiting for you my whole life.
You got Bitcoin?
No. That's an odd question to ask, like just to a random person. Why, you got Bitcoin? You
Yeah.
trying to give me some?
No.
Why
I'll tell you.
not?
I'll tell you how to get some crypto and grow it with this
Okay.
this token right here, hex.com.
Okay.
It's on Ethereum. So you acquire tokens and then you stake them and your crypto grows and then you can just cash out. Some people who stake a short amount of time, they get like 10% per year. And then some people like myself who stake out longer period of time, 38% is the highest it goes. You decide.
What's the evaluation at? Let's say 30%. What would that evaluate at?
Well, first of all, there's a market cap of 16 billion. And-
Okay. Okay, let's be realistic. I'm not making 16 billion off this thing.
Right. No, I'm saying market cap, meaning like
Okay.
that's the entire evaluation of all the hex tokens ever.
Okay.
Like
all right.
hex.com.
Okay. All right.
So it just depends on like what you're putting in. So whenever I say 38% per year, like say you put in $10 today for 15 years, then that's what you would get is you would have it double over 2 years. At the minimum, because cryptocurrencies are catching on, so price appreciation per token might go up, right? So like
Okay.
I got into hex.com whenever it was fractions of a penny, and now it's at 7 cents or 6 cents. So that was price appreciation in my favor, you know?
Okay.
Let me give you some links. So hex.com/links is a great place to see community websites.
Okay.
Hex.com is obviously the product's main website, and then the creator of the token, his name is Richard Hart, and he's cleaning up crypto. You know, you've heard that crypto, there's a lot of irresponsible things happening in crypto. Well,
Okay.
mature products are coming out of the immature market. So
Okay.
he was a guy who was really wealthy off of Bitcoin and was with Bitcoin from the beginning, but he realized that Bitcoin could be better. So he created this hex token. And so
Okay.
the revolutionary thing that happens with hex token is that you can earn interest on hex token without lending it to anybody else. And that's been the problem with cryptocurrency is typically to make a return, you would have to lend out your coins. And then somebody would steal them whenever you lend them, you know?
Hmm.
So if you check out both of those, and then if you check out this one too, X.Pink. X.Pink is a place where you could go do like imaginary stakes. So like if it was that you put in the $100 or something like that, what would be the rate of return estimated?
Okay, that's pretty dope.
Dude, this shit is awesome. That's why I'm sitting here telling other people about it. I'm trying to spread the word. All of these things are not referrals from my part. You don't have my address. You can't send me money if you wanted to. I'm just here. I'm just here spreading the word that that this financial product is available, and we're at a financial revolution with Bitcoin and these other cryptocurrencies.
All right. Thanks, bro.
Cool, man. Thanks for listening.
Cool. Yeah, no problem.
All right. Peace. What up? You got Bitcoin? What's up? You got Bitcoin?
What?
You got Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Sweet. Typically, people who tell me just yes like that don't have it. They're lying, and they want me to talk about it so they can press next.
No, well, I have a wallet, dude. So.
Oh, sweet. Do you have any Ethereum?
No.
Oh. I'm on here telling people about this Hex token that's on Ethereum. It's a way that you can earn interest on your crypto, so you can grow your crypto.
So I should just take a picture of that, right?
Let me just give you some links real fast.
Is this just gonna take all my fucking information?
Hell no. And I don't have a reference link or anything like that. So this Richard Hart guy, he's cleaning up crypto. He was a Bitcoiner from the very beginning. He realized that Bitcoin could be better, so he released this Hex token, and it allows you to earn interest on your crypto without lending it to third parties to be stolen.
What do you mean stolen?
So typically shit's a wild west in crypto, you know, but Hex makes it to where you can grab Hex tokens and stake them with the contract to earn more. And so you can increase the amount of Hex tokens that you have just by waiting time periods. And those time periods are up to you. How much you stake is up to you. Check it out. That Hex.Pink is a great website for like just playing around with the numbers to see how much you could get back out of the system.
That is very useful. I appreciate it.
This Richard Hart guy, you might like him. He's a badass. He's an entrepreneur, successful many times. He's a billionaire now, and like money doesn't mean shit to him anymore. It's all about legacy. Check him out, richardhart.com. Cool. Thanks for listening. Sweet, my numbers are going up. My numbers are going up. My numbers are going up. What? My numbers are going up. How's it going? I'm so excited. People are listening to me. Where are you located?
America.
Awesome. I'm in Texas.
Oh, wow.
You're very pretty.
Texas. Oh, thank you.
What'd you say?
I'm in the opposite of Texas.
Politically or location-wise, or
location-wise.
Are you in? What does that mean? Is that like Michigan, Washington, Maine?
Like straight up north.
Like Saskatchewan?
No, like Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
You're right up I-35 from me.
Mm-hmm.
Do you say soda pop?
No.
I went down to South Padre Island, and some guys like just arrived on the beach that day, and they were like, we just switched off driving 35 hours all the way down I-35 down here. Would you like a soda pop? And then they pull up the trunk, and there's a cooler in there full of soda. It was hilarious. What do you like to do for fun? Why are you on Omegle?
Or a 2-man.
Whoa. I just got dissed. I just got dissed by Minnesotan. But she smiled, so. Furries.
I know. Let's see his go first.
Do you have Bitcoin? Do you got Bitcoin? Got Bitcoin? Oh. Got Bitcoin? He had a full beard. Got Bitcoin? No. What's up, guys?
What's up, dude?
Telling people about crypto. What about you guys?
We're actually people who we're telling people to not listen to people about crypto. That's what we're doing right now.
I think I ran across whoever the owner is yesterday, but I could be wrong. I just think the camera's in the same place.
The owner? Who's the? What the fuck?
The owner. Are you the owner? They're watching golf, drinking beer, thinking that other people care. What's happening?
What soccer jersey is that? It looks like a soccer jersey.
It's Netherlands.
Like is it soccer though?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm trying to think. Is Robin van Persie Dutch?
Yes.
Okay, that's who I know from Netherlands.
Yeah. Hey, I'm on here talking about cryptocurrency, asking people if they own Bitcoin, if I could enlighten them in the spectrum of crypto.
I own Bitcoin and Dogecoin.
Oh, sweet.
Unfortunately.
I've got like $80 in each, so it's not that much. But
That used to
it's
be
like
$800 each.
What do you mean?
Like, because we're going through a dip.
Oh no, I bought them literally within the last 2 days.
Oh, cool. Good deal.
Because I saw Doge was like at 6 cents, so I bought that at 6, and then Bitcoin I saw was like at 22, so I bought it at 22.
Okay.
So I figure like if Bitcoin goes back up to like 55 or 60, I'm gonna cash out. Same for Doge if it gets back up to like something.
The guy who influences me in crypto, he thinks that Bitcoin's going to go down to 11K. So please prepare yourself for that before it goes back up.
That's fine.
And that guy, he created this hex.com. It's a token that you can earn interest on. So you would acquire hex tokens and
Like
then
an
stake them and make them grow. It's at
like an NFT.
It's at 6 cents right now. No, it's not an NFT because you can make it in NFT by making it a tradable stake. But what I'm wanting to teach people is just to get a wallet off of an exchange, so a MetaMask wallet, and then get some hex tokens and then stake those, as many as you want for as long as you want. Can I give you some URLs? Heck, why not?
Sure.
Right?
Yeah, why not? I don't care.
Cool. My real question was,
Also, do you have like?
are you going to press skip before I finish typing? That was my real question.
Nah, we.
I get skipped like crazy. So this hex.pink will allow you to pretend that you're going to make stakes and like work out some numbers that you might be interested in. richardhart.com is the web address to the guy who is the entrepreneur who made Hex Token. He was a Bitcoiner from the very beginning, and he saw that Bitcoin could be better. So he made a better token, and it resides on the Ethereum blockchain, which is, I was about to say, which is where Doge relies, but I think Doge has its own blockchain, right?
Yeah, it's separate.
Yeah, and then hex.com/links is a place where all the links that have been created by the community reside. And then, of course, hex.com is the main website for the product. because it's a financial product. And so what stands alone, or what makes this stand better than Doge, is that Doge was actually just a joke whenever it was created. You're
Right.
not able to earn interest or grow it without lending it to somebody else. Whenever it is that you have these coins on exchanges, you're taking the risk of the exchange shutting down. Now, like maybe you have it with Coinbase, which is a huge company that probably would be just fine leaving your assets with. But in the past, there have been exchanges that just shut down and you have no recourse, you know. And then Bitcoin, I hope that you bring that off of the exchange. But you know, I think that Bitcoin's awesome because it is a dinosaur. However, this thing has the chance to gain so much better and possibly even surpass Bitcoin. And
So is
and
it
here I
how
am
it-
introducing it to you at 7 cents or 6 cents.
Right. So what are the ways to trade it at this point? Is it on Coinbase? Is it on Robinhood or what?
So it's not on Robinhood. If you were at Coinbase, you would touch the little Coinbase is like extended its capabilities lately, and down at the bottom, I think there's a little browser button, and you would click on that, and then you would go to Uniswap as a trading platform. It's called uniswap.org that they'll route you directly to, and then you can trade Ethereum products for Hex tokens.
Okay. So how many Hex tokens do you own?
I don't like to talk about my crypto because I don't want to be a target, but I'm a crypto millionaire.
Okay. Fair enough.
Sweet. So Richard Hart, he's been cleaning up crypto. He's been a thought influencer, and I highly recommend just recognizing what this guy's doing because it's made me wealthy. It's made other people wealthy. It is a movement, you know, and we are at the bottom of the market, and I have such strong words for it, you know. So that could be a little bit of a testament.
Yeah, it certainly could be. It certainly is, in fact.
Cool. Well, y'all look like a wonderful couple. I wish y'all the absolute best. I have
Thank
yet
you.
to find my other half, but I know that she's out there because I can feel it.
Same for me. I have not found my other half.
We're
either.
just friends.
Oh, really? Y'all are
Yeah.
cute. Y'all are so cute.
Thank you.
Well, cool.
All right.
Maybe
Well, thank you for that. I'll write down these URLs and I'll get researching it.
all right. Cool beans.
Yeah, she's gonna take a picture of it real quick.
Okay, good deal.
Okay, is there like a referral code for you?
Nope.
Can I get you money? For
Nope.
this?
You can't pay me. Nope. No address be given, anything like that. But there's a lot of us out on Twitter. Are you on Instagram or Twitter?
Yeah. Let me. Here, I'll show you.
Here instead, just let me give you my stuff and you decide whether you want to follow up or not.
For sure, I'd love to follow up.
So first of all, that's Richard's Twitter, and then
Okay.
Instagram, it's Richard Hart official, and then on Twitter, my name is Eco Builder. Because I'm all about back to the land, permaculture type stuff. That's why my name's Eco Builder.
Fair enough.
Nice to talk to y'all. I hope y'all have a wonderful evening. Thanks for letting me spread the message. Am I going to get any blowback from that?
I heard you.
These last people that I was talking to, they said that they were friends, but they were really secret lovers.
So?
Oh, my legs are going numb.
Oh my god.
Click next.
Okay.
Click next.
All right.
Click next. Man, I need another beer. Need another beer for this action. What's happening? Stranger danger. Stranger danger. Oh. Looking for a Prince Charming. You're not looking for Prince Charming, are you?
Nah.
Later, B. Oh, that was Florida. That was search term, Florida. Here it is again. You're in Florida. What's up, dude? Did you
So,
follow up on that stuff I was talking about?
well, I sent it to my dad so I can look at it later.
Sweet. Have you had a
Yeah.
good night so far?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Good deal. I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Peace.
The best song ever.
What's happening? Looking for a charming, charming. Looking for charming, charming. Looking for charming, charming. I ran across that last dude last night.
What's up, nigga? You always got something to say.
I pressed next first.
Let's go, Vato.
Hey, Bitcoin. You into it? Bitcoin. Bitcoin.
Só me bomba na guerra, é tudo ou nada. Nosso inimigo é o governo, e quem nos fere, hoje usa farda. Semi-girl, torce pra me ter que não é problema seu. Semi-girl, torce pra me fuder e se não tá demais.
Bitcoin.
Hello.
Hey.
Where are you from?
Texas.
Oh, nice.
You got any crypto?
No.
Are you interested in crypto?
No, but I have water.
Oh shit. Well, I'm plumb out of beer, so I'm gonna have to do something about that. Now you've cut out. Your reception was shit already, and now you cut out. I'm sitting here smelling this food for 3 hours now. What kind of an idiot am I? Belly Hex, you said she was a keeper. Yeah, totally, dude. That would have been pretty fun. Minnesota. She had a great smile. I shouldn't have given her any props. Should have made her suffer. First thing I said, you're pretty.
That was weird.
I'm
Thank you,
talking to
man. I
myself
appreciate it.
about the last person. Dude,
Oh,
that
take a
shit,
shot.
you know, if you drink too much of that one time, it could come to haunt you, you know? Sweet.
Man, dude, I can drink as much of that as they can give me.
Do you ever
I got
mix it?
videos on TikTok of me.
Do you mix it with
No,
things?
straight.
All right. A friend of mine used to
Just
have
straight.
a Lone Star and a shot of Fireball, and that's what he would walk around the bar with.
What I do is I take a Michelob, which not right now. I can drink it straight, which I usually do, but I'll take a Michelob and a Fireball, which I don't walk around with it. When I get it, I drink it. you know.
Yeah, I get that.
But I'll drink a Michelob, you know, just socially, and then when like I take a shot, I'll just take my shot, you know.
Yeah. Hey, I'm on here telling people about cryptocurrencies. Have you gotten into Bitcoin at all?
No, I have not, but I know it's extremely expensive, but can make you extremely high amounts of money.
Boom. Finances run the world, man.
Yeah. Stocks run the world, my guy.
Right. The whole damn market, whatever the hell they want, they just leverage everything into shit that we have to do then. You know, we're legalized slaves, you know, working for a wage down at the bottom. I got my little vape
You're
thing.
correct. I think of life as like we're just a bunch of worker ants.
Yeah.
Building a colony for the queen ant or whoever's in charge at the time. You know, the queen would be president, or just really the government as one would be the queen ant. You know.
I'm gonna give you some URLs. Because
Your name's Richard?
No, this guy's name's Richard Hart. That's his screen name. Did I spell that right? Did I spell Hart right? Or is it AER? That's supposed to be.
No, it's A. It's right.
It's right. Okay. So that guy was a Bitcoiner from the beginning, and he recognized that Bitcoin could be better. So he created the Hex token, which is this symbol right here, hex.com. And that's what I got wealthy off of with cryptocurrency. I rode that to the top.
I'm Richard Davis, so I'm going to look up richardhart.com. Is he just now starting this out, or where's he at as far as?
You know how like whenever people gather a following and influence in the world, they sort of like beat the drum for a while before they go public? So this guy is now going public. He's really public now, but 2.5 years ago, he created this token. So the token went live. I've been investing in it for 2.5 years.
Okay. If you don't mind me asking, what kind of drugs are you on right now? I see your eyes.
As you were taking, well, am I like bug-eyed? I've got an empty beer, and I've got a thing of tacos right in front of me that I've just been smelling for the last 3 hours, but I haven't helped myself to. And then I've got my little vape pen thing, which is, like THC and from the hemp plant, because that's legal in Texas. That's where I'm at. So I just
doesn't matter if it's legal, bro.
right. But it kind of matters like on the availability, because like drug dealers are so fucking shifty or whatever. And people always question whether I'm a narc or not.
I'm from Mississippi, dog. And I don't care if you're a narc or not. You can come to my house anytime. You ain't gonna find shit. But I'm from Mississippi. All the people I know that sell weed, I used to sell weed when I was younger. But all the people I know that sells weed, I'm tight with. So I know that like no matter what, I'm gonna be good. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah, I got you.
I'm clicked in with the guys up there. You know what I'm saying?
And you're a good person
I
from
like
the
your
South,
chair,
right?
though.
Yeah, man. This came from Mexico.
But yeah, man, I'm a good old boy, but at the same time, I'm like the least country person where I'm from. But like besides, the fucking basically the black guys, which is who I'm associated with. But to other people I still sound country as shit, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because of my accent of where I am from.
Yeah, I hear your accent. Are you in North or South? Are you up in what is it? Jackson? Okay, you're down. Yeah. Cool, dude.
Close to like Biloxi, Gulf of Mexico.
You work in oil or what?
No, I'm a welder. I work shutdowns, but right now I'm building bridges.
Okay, sweet. I did architecture.
I actually have worked in the oil field.
You
did architecture?
Yeah, and I used to work in Houston, so I had a little bit of exposure to a lot of the people working in oil, I got some friends in this
Oh, yeah.
cryptocurrency. I got some friends over in Louisiana. They keep me up to date on the trends and how much fucking rain y'all have been getting lately.
Yeah. Sucks. But I would definitely look that up. I'm gonna screenshot it real quick because I'm on my phone.
This could be the best financial decision of your life.
Man, when I was in welding school, my buddy Cole, he does stocks and shit. He made like over $2,000 profit within 2 hours. I can't remember what it was. AMC, I think, stocks. Just like a year and a half ago, just shot up, just fucking exploded. AMC did. And he made like over $2,000 in like 2 hours.
I also heard that there were some illegal trading things going on where they like froze people's funds to where, or froze people's stocks to where they couldn't sell at a good time that would profit them.
They did.
Yeah.
They did.
So I don't want to be a part
They
of that
did that
shit,
shit.
you know?
Hex isn't about all that. It ain't like that.
It's Hex is about freedom, and it's a time deposit. So when you acquire tokens, you decide how long you want to stake it out for and how many tokens you want to stake out. And it just grows with interest. And then you can shave off portions and go and pay bills or live a lavish life. I don't know. We don't know exactly what the future is going to be like, but I'm telling you, dude, I'm a multimillionaire from one token, this thing. And
bro, look, holy shit.
I'm straight up on here telling people about this thing because it's revolutionary, and you know, I want my brethren to be a part of this whole thing, but I'm not allowing you to have any course of follow-up. You can't send me money if you wanted to. You know, all of these links that I'm providing you, they're just other influencers that you can you know, use your brain to analyze what it is that's on there and be better.
Man, hell yeah. What's your name?
They call me Eco.
Eco. Well,
Eco.
man, I hope one day down the road I meet you, man, somehow through this, because I'm going to look this shit up. I'm big into this. I'm big into moving up in life. You know what I'm saying?
Are you on Twitter or Instagram?
On Instagram, I don't get on there much.
But you do have an account.
Twitter. I use most. Oh yeah, yes.
Do you have a
Send me your
Twitter
I'll
account?
follow you, man.
Do you have a Twitter account?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna give
Yeah.
you my name and then just screenshot that also.
All right, at Eco Builder. Yeah, I'll follow you, man, for real.
Sweet, man.
I'm Richard Davis.
Nice to meet you, Richard.
You too, man. Hope I see you down the road somewhere as multimillionaires.
Both of us multimillionaires just pointing at our shit and laughing.
That's right. Hey, I'm gonna be like, you know what? You got me here.
Sweet, dude.
Like when it's your birthday one day, I'm like, here's a Lambo. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you guys from the South. I mean, I'm from the South too. Like, we're such fucking generous people. You know, we just want everything to go well, and we want to work hard, and we want to be respected for that hard work, and we just want to be cool. But the world just keeps on fucking pressing and knocking at our door and leaving burning shit there. It's crazy.
Exactly.
Well, let's win together. And all you need to do is go to those links.
All right, and I'm gonna follow you too.
Okay, cool.
It'll probably be tomorrow because I'm about to go take another shot of Fireball and then go to bed. But I got it screenshotted.
Good deal.
And then I'm gonna do this, man, for real. And
All
I'm
right.
gonna tell my buddy Cole about it too. He's big into stocks.
Anybody with a little bit of income that they can put off to the side, they can just shave off just a little bit and put it off to the side. Now's the time to get involved in crypto.
All right, bet.
All right.
Thank you, man.
Peace. Bye, Richard.
Good luck.
Someone who disagrees
What
with
up?
you.
You got Bitcoin? You got Bitcoin?
Dude, that's
What's up, bro?
You got Bitcoin?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, he does.
$100. Did you get it at an ATM?
Yeah.
Sweet, me too. Every time. What's going on, man?
Nothing much. Just chilling. Oh, nice chair.
Thanks, dude. I got it from Mexico. I'm in
Nice chair.
Texas. Nice, nice hat. You're Yankees, obviously. Are you
Nah.
in New York?
I'm in New York, but I'm not really a Yankees fan. I
Oh.
don't care about baseball that much.
Cool. What is your sport?
Basketball. How about you?
Soccer. In
Soccer?
fact, that's what this is. Netherlands jersey.
Oh shit! I've never seen a Netherlands fan.
Yeah, few and far between, especially in the States. It's just that when I was growing up and admiring soccer videos from like past World Cups, then the Netherlands played a game that was team soccer, where it wasn't like one individual being better than the others. Instead, they passed the ball around and they did it so well that they were able to progress pretty well.
Well, sort of like the Spurs, a little bit. A little bit. Sort
Okay. So I'm on here telling people about crypto. Do you own any Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Whoosh. Whoosh. What's up, dude? I just got next
Sick.
right when I talked about Bitcoin.
Oh, really? What about it?
That's what I talk about. Cryptocurrencies. Are you
That's good.
Are you into Bitcoin? Do you hold any?
I am not.
Have you ever thought about it? Do your friends get into it? Do your parents?
Nope. None of that.
You ever thought about
You
ever thought about getting into it because you can send money across the world or earn interest on your stuff and get in early?
Dude, Bitcoin's not gonna last. First of all, so why bother?
Because of regulations or because of structure?
You're really gonna think it's gonna work? I'm not trying to be negative though. I'm just
What your
do
brain?
you really think it's gonna work?
So I'm actually
No,
wanting to
Bitcoin.
talk about Ethereum and Hex.com more than I want to talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin's kind of an opener to see if people have exposure.
Now you're talking about something serious. Yeah, Ethereum is kind of legit. I mean, I hope it works. So, but Bitcoin, hell no.
So there's a guy named Richard Hart who's about to fork Ethereum and create a copy of Ethereum, and it's called Pulse Chain. Have you ever heard of that?
Create a copy.
So when you
Why? How come?
when you want to do something better, then you'll fork it. You'll start off with new code as of a certain time period, a certain block height, and from that point on, then there are two projects that look similar to each other. So Pulse Chain is Richard Hart's creation that's about to go live. It'll probably go live at the lowest point in
When?
the market. Because Bitcoin's probably going to go down to 11K or something like that here soon. It's at 23,000 or so. I'm not sure. So a lot of us in my community are thinking that it's a dead cat bounce or a bull trap going on right now.
Thank you.
So I don't advise buying Bitcoin right now, and instead I advise looking into Hex.com, which is on Ethereum, or Pulse Chain, which will then have Hex.com, because Hex.com is already on Ethereum. Hex.com's been going on for 2.5 years, and everybody who uses Hex.com is earning
I'm not taking a
interest.
picture of you.
Take a picture, yeah.
Good.
Everybody who uses Hex.com is earning interest by staking the tokens. So you just acquire tokens, you go back to the contract that made those tokens, and you say, hey, I want to stake out for a certain amount, so you can stake as many as you want and as long as you want, and you earn interest the whole time. So it's this trustless interest stuff, to where you don't have to tend to it or anything like that. The code just works in your favor, and you return back whenever it is that it's time to end your stake, and then you can sell off the interest or sell off the principal. You can do whatever you want, stake again. But it's been a wonderful project for the 2.5 years that it's been going on. Everything's transparent in the code. There's 100,000 stakes right now that are active. So like I have 20 to 30 stakes, and I'm not sure what the average would be.
30.
Yeah, 20 or 30 stakes that are like I put out a value for 3 years. I put out a value for 3.5 years. I put out a value for 4 years, and on and on and on. So I've got like 30 of those, or a little bit less. So imagine 100,000 of those stakes existing. I'll give you another website. Hex.vision is a place that you can go to see charts.
Yeah, I'm seeing. I have a chart one in front of me right now. MetaMask. Oops.
So MetaMask is a wallet that's not an exchange. A MetaMask is a wallet that you keep on your browser rather than keeping your coins in an account on an exchange. So our community teaches people to get their funds off of exchanges, because exchanges can fail.
I will look into it, but dude, just like I said, I invested in Bitcoin, but it seems like it's keep on going down, and it seems like it keeps on getting worse, just like a Dogecoin. Oh no, man! It seems like every year we got something new popping up on the chart, so I will look into it.
Cool, man. It could be the best decision of your life. And just a little bit now, if you already own Bitcoin, it's not that big of a deal. But I'm sorry, if you already own crypto, it's not that big of a deal to try it out, just to see how it works. A lot of people just do like small or like very small stakes, or very short stakes. But I am in favor of Richard Hart bringing people to maturity in crypto, rather than immaturity continuing to exist in crypto, because obviously there's immaturity everywhere, and these little things pop off, and it's all because some person brought people to a private following, and they said, hey, we're gonna target this crypto, but there's always a wallet left behind whenever those things pop off like that. There's always somebody's funds that you're stealing. So this is an honest project. You get into it, you stake your tokens with the contract. So there's nobody else, no middleman. It's just you and your wallet in that contract. And if you need to break your stake, then you get penalized, but you still get tokens back. So it's not like a Ponzi scheme where everything's gone if you lock it up. What's that?
Wait, what do you mean you get penalized?
Like say I'm going to stake for an entire year. So it equates that your interest rate is going to be pretty high, because you staked it for a year instead of a week. But if you cancel within a week, then it's going to penalize you.
Okay. I get
Because
what you're
you
saying
said that you were going to stake for a year, but you didn't do that. So now we need to punish you and award everybody else who is keeping their word. So it's this.
Yeah, it's pretty much like just like the bank with credit card.
That's what we're doing here. We're creating a time deposit, and we're replacing the banks. Yeah. And the bank, all the operational costs of the fucking banker is all going to my pocket. I'm the one winning. Cool, man. Thanks for
Sounds
listening.
a pretty nice idea, my dude.
Please look at it. It's
Of
badass.
course, you're welcome, bro.
All right. Talk to
I
you
will.
later.
I will. I definitely will.
Live long and
All right, you have
prosper.
a good one.
Peace.
Bye.
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening?
Nothing.
What do I have to look like to not get skipped? Guys, this is so addictive. Oh my gosh, it's so addicting. Playing the roulette is so addicting.
Oh no.
This stuff is so addicting.
What is?
Omegle.
Why?
Because it's like it's roulette with new people. It's like the next person could be, could give you all sorts of fun.
This just sounds like a lowly excuse of being alone. It just sounds like you're bored, man. Come on now. Come on now. That's what it really sounds like. It sounds like you gotta make friends to go bowling with or something like that.
That's funny. No, I just asked my parents, man.
It'd be better for you to go bowling alone at that point. Come on now. At least you can say you're building your skills or something like that.
Yeah. I'm on here telling people about crypto, so that's a little bit of part of it,
Okay.
Is there around the next corner? Is there a person who's actually going to allow me to talk to them about cryptocurrency and where the market is right now? Sweet.
Shoot, man.
So, you know about Bitcoin?
Mm-hmm.
Do you own any?
No.
Do you own any crypto at all?
Nope.
Okay. So there's a number 2 coin in the large market cap that's called Ethereum.
Yeah, I know about that.
Okay. Ethereum, you're able to build a project on top of.
Okay.
And that's what this hex.com is. And hex.com allows you to grow your crypto with interest because you're staking it. And it's like a time deposit. So it just grows with time. And the reason why this is revolutionary is because typically in crypto, you would have to lend out your coins to another person and in order for them to grow it, but they would steal it instead.
Yeah.
So hex.com allows you to just acquire tokens, go to the contract where those tokens came from, tell that contract that I'm going to stake this out for like, say 1,000 days. That's like 2.5 years, right? And then however many tokens you want, however many days you want, you just have this agreement with the contract. So there's no middleman, and it's just you and the contract, and it recognizes your wallet that you're staking from. And then in 2.5 years, you return back to the contract and you say, hey, I waited my time. Where are my tokens? And then you get those tokens and you do what you want with it. You could restake it. You could sell it on the open market. You could shave off the interest and restake the principal. Right now, Hex tokens are at 6 cents. We dipped recently. All the markets have dipped, right? So it dipped down to like 3 cents from its all-time high in September was like 56 cents.
Okay.
So that's the highest I've ever seen Hex token, and that's the highest I've ever seen my gains in crypto. It would have been smart for me to sell more back then, but I didn't realize that was the top. I didn't realize exactly what we were going through. I didn't know how Hex was going to relate to the rest of the market. Like, how decorrelated are we with the rest of the market? So it's it's just a badass thing that's been in existence for 2.5 years. So it
Okay.
was this Hex.com was its contract was placed on the Ethereum blockchain 2.5 years ago. And Hex.com, its market cap right now is 16 billion. So it's a pretty sizable product. And it's a wonderful time deposit sitting on the blockchain rather than you going to your bank and earning interest in your bank. So it's a nice alternative, and then you get all the profit rather than your banker and all of the funds that it takes to uphold a bank. Like the electricity costs, the employees, 401ks, all that shit. It's going straight to your pocket.
Okay. That's awesome. So that's something that you helped found, Hex.com?
No, I've just been a part of the project for 3.5 years. And so I waited
Gotcha.
for it to come out for a year. And then, 2.5 years ago, it was launched. Let me give you some URLs to follow up on. So the guy who created it, his name's Richard Hart.
Okay.
And then Hex.com, obviously, but Hex.com/links is a list of links or a list of websites that have been made by the community members. So it's like, like thousands and thousands of people in the community, but the people who actually are going to make websites and things like that, that's those people. And then if you want to just like play around with the idea of staking, lately I've been telling people about this Hex.pink. It has it to where you've got like these little toggle bars where you say like, okay, I stake out like $10 for 15 years or 15 days. What would be the difference in the how would the contract read it as of today? And the interest rate continues to evade us. So it is better to get in now and lock in today's interest rate rather than waiting till tomorrow or the next day or the next day. But it doesn't escape you like incredibly, but it does escape us like 6 months ago would be a steal compared to today.
Yep, that's kind of how the interest rate on the housing markets are right now.
Yeah. Cool, man.
Awesome, man.
Will you copy down those links or take a screenshot or something like that? Or you got it?
I'll be straight with you, man. I'm probably not going to go into Hex or Bitcoin at all because I personally put my money into the housing market. I buy property, buy real estate. That makes sense up here.
Yeah.
So I don't really do stocks. I don't really do Bitcoin. It doesn't really, it works, but it's not the way my brain works.
Mhm.
For me, I like buying property, then renting them out, have them paying my mortgage, things like that. So that's kind of the process I take.
I understand and I respect that.
Yeah.
So this Richard Hart guy, he might be a guy that you could put on your radar. Do you have Instagram or Twitter? I could give you his handles there.
Yeah.
Which one would you rather?
Probably Instagram.
Okay, so that's Richard Hart Official is his Instagram. And his shit is like flashy. He's meaning to wear very expensive clothes and show off shit because he wants to virtue signal. He wants you to be enticed to make money and gains like he has.
Gotcha.
So he's not just a pompous ass. He's just a guy who's trying to make something work. Recently, he flew out a Playboy model to hang out with him in Europe for a week.
Okay, awesome. Sorry, I got a text from one of my leadership.
Oh, cool.
Nice. moving me to headquarters. Cool.
Congratulations.
Yeah, for real, man. It's been forever. They've been talking about it forever. But yeah,
talk is cheap. Actions are
it
good.
really is. It really is. Actions are really good.
Dude, I get squeezed out of everything. People see me as a threat. Good for you, dude.
Yep. It's because everyone else I work with are stupid. So
That's how
finally,
the workforce is these days.
Mm-hmm.
Just fucking idiots everywhere.
Yep. So
and they all fake it too.
Dude, I'm the newest one there. The brightest and bushiest and whatever, and everyone else just lazy and doesn't want to do anything. So
They're just getting
I'll
by.
they're just getting by, and I'll take everything else from them. Thank you.
Sweet.
I appreciate that.
Sweet. Yeah, I dare you $5. I dare you just $5. Just put $5 into Hex. Figure out how to do it. It'll be such a learning experience. Know what I mean?
Yeah, sorry, they're just updating me on more stuff with it. But yeah,
I'm saying it'll be
I'm
a
definitely
learning
gonna
experience.
consider
It would force you to understand the architecture of the blockchain. It would force you to be a little bit more knowledgeable about it.
Gotcha.
Cool, dude. I'll let you be. Live
All right.
long and prosper.
You too, man.
Bye. What's up? You got Bitcoin? You got Bitcoin. Hey, I got tacos. You want some tacos?
Bro, is this guy a king or something? Bro? What the fuck is this chair?
Fuck yeah.
Bro's rocking it.
Yeah, man. I got everything in line. What's up? You got Bitcoin? Do you have Bitcoin? Have you got some Bitcoin? Do you like putting bags over your head? Again. What's up, dude? You got Bitcoin?
No.
I've already talked to you.
I got a penny though.
Are you a penny pincher?
Yeah. I have it in between my toes now.
I used to be a penny pincher. You met any pedophiles?
I didn't.
What's up? Hey. How are you? Whoa.
Is there...
Look. Tacos.
Tacos, my boy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, my boy. As you should. I appreciate you. On a Tuesday?
Taco Tuesday?
Taco Tuesday. Yes, sir. You doing it right. You doing it right. I appreciate you.
All right, with that, I have to stop. Oh, that was good. That was such a great way to end. All right, whoever's here, thank you. I will catch y'all later. There's a portion that's not worth running back to. It's whenever the guy was talking about a lot of penis. But besides that, everything's been pretty good. And I've been starving myself for a while. So I'm going to get to this and decide if I want a beer from the stove before they close. Peace out. Maybe I'll see you in Twitter Spaces. Eco Builder without an E at the end. Peace.